And the YouTube stream should be back up now. I'm sorry for that. Yeah, I'm gonna have to replace my router because this thing is just, because I can't even have a wired connection now. Now I'm stuck with, I've got to use Wi-Fi on my laptop, which, I mean, for most part it's good, but for sake of consistency and being able to be live through the whole stream and not have connectivity issues, definitely have to work on that. But we should be back live. Come on, gold. Let's make that next leg up. Let's just keep ripping it to the upside. Let's get to those all-time highs. Yeah, sorry about that. Thank you for letting me know on that, because I wouldn't have known. I was under the impression that the stream was still going through the whole time. I didn't realize it had stopped. So thank you for that. Gold's still moving. Oh, whoa. Look at that on the 5 minute. Got a beautiful little W there for me. So maybe we'll get that same move like gold. We'll get that rip up, get us into the 200. Right there. You got that bull flag right here. You got that breakout. You can see the bull flags. You can see the bull flags right there. Yeah, when they start doing that, they'll just keep printing over and over. I'm here for it. You down for some reversion action? What's my silver trade doing? You couldn't get me to 48. Oh, I got to 48.55. I want more out of this though. Yeah, but I want more. Did you cut that position already, or are you still holding it? We had a single, so it makes it really difficult, right? Still in? Cool. Oof. Some volatility there on gold. A lot of selling volume coming in there on gold. See what NASDAQ is doing. Yes. Now we're starting to make like an upward trend line. You see that on NQ? Okay, I'm cutting my silver trade now. I don't like how we're testing I don't like how we didn't just wick into the 26. Like we're dipping pretty deep into it now. And I'm probably going to get a candle open below it, so you're probably going to get a further push down. I can always get back in. I'm still up for the day though. Overall 10% up on my cash account. Well, we might be getting that rotation now on the market.
It's Paul Remus again, still not legally a guru. And on the galactic line, we have Debbie.
Hey, hon.
Welcome. Welcome to the show. Today we have a special offer, a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, some might say. From the makers of Now You, the revolutionary life hack that brought you instant transformation, comes the next big thing in personal evolution.
What's the next big thing?
Are you tired of feeling tense, stiff, and frustrated with your body? Does the idea of bending and stretching sound like a foreign language to you?
I mean, yeah, I could definitely be more flexible.
Well, have no fear. Introducing the Yoga Smart 30-Day Zen Explosion, the only yoga class that guarantees to turn you into a bendy, peaceful, and enlightened you in just 30 days.
Wait, only 30 days? How does that work?
For 4 easy payments of $19.99, you'll be stretching like a yoga master and feeling like you just drank a whole bottle of tranquility.
Okay, I'm intrigued. What do the classes include?
Feel the tension melt away as you move through our 17 beginner poses, including chair pose for people who hate chairs, corpse pose, but with more confidence, the world famous half moon pose, because who needs a full moon anyway? And the myth busting, it's just a myth.
Yeah, see, gold is going to start to falter.
Need to remove a rib to stretch.
And be careful, General.
It's just a myth.
I'll be real careful with that trade.
Exactly. No rib removal required.
Put you there.
Creamy goodness.
Okay, that sounds awesome. What else do I get?
If you call now, we'll throw in our exclusive Namaste Now, Stress Later self-massage kit free. That's right, absolutely free. Don't wait for your inner peace to find you. Create it now. Call 1-800-YOGA, yes, and transform your life in just 30 days. You'll be so relaxed, you'll forget what stress even
Come
is.
on. Silver, I jumped out of the silver. I took 500% on it. Overall portfolio is up 10% on that. I'm trying to see if I can get a bid on 621s at like 80 cents. We're sitting at 88 cents right now. Boom. I just took those.
Floating in from the fifth dimension. Hi, I'm Paul Remus. From the makers of Now You, the instant identity upgrade for the metaphysically impatient. And Yoga Smart, the only yoga program that dares to say you literally don't need to remove a rib, comes the next evolutionary step in your soul care journey. Introducing the Gentle Exit, the world's first spiritually charged, emotionally sound, ceremonially vibrating program designed to help you end things peacefully. Because true freedom isn't just found in becoming, it's found in letting go. Are you holding on to people, situations, or phone numbers that expired 3 soul cycles ago? Do you feel guilt when you consider simply walking away? The Gentle Exit invites you to stop the spiral of overthinking and start the soft dance of release. In this powerfully passive 3-day unprogram, you'll unlock essential departure techniques like the soft block, energy protection meets digital hygiene, the emotional mute button.
I'll put my stop at the 200 here on the 15. That's 6,861. See if this 15-minute candle keeps pushing up. I'd like to see if we can get up to 6,871 here on the S. Looks like we're holding off the 200, testing the 9 EMA. Come on, Bulls, let's do this. Send it. No waiting for. Does it? I got into those 621s. I was able to scoop them up for 80 cents a contracts. They're sitting at like 84 cents right now. Come on. That is correct. That is the 200 EMA. Come on, let's get over the 9. Let's do it already. Right there. You know, I like lunchtime because sometimes we get a nice decent trend during lunch. It's easier and it's not as wiki. Sometimes you can find that pivot at New York lunch and you can just kind of ride it up and be like, boom, wow. Come on, do it, NQ. Let's go. People are waiting. Got like 3 minutes left on this. Today does not seem to be the day. I mean, ES is almost green and NASDAQ is, you know, slightly red. Come on, bulls. It's a battle. It's a battle. The bears know if they let this go, that's it. They'll lose control of the market. And the bulls will take full control and start their move up. There's a ton of orders on the chain. I mean, look at that on ES, like 34,000 orders. Buy there is interest in the market in this level. Take a look at gold and see what gold is doing. Still testing. It's on the bottom of that bull flag. Not digging the candle action on gold though. Come on, bulls. Come on, give me a green candle. Got 15 seconds on this 15-minute candle. Come on, make this thing green. And give me an indecision candle. Do not give me an indecision candle. That's not what I want. Okay, it's not an indecision. Opened above the prior candle, so that is a good sign. Come on, let's do it. Let's go. Let's get over that 9. That's what we need right now. Slap big money down and take fudging control. There we go. I'm up 7% on these calls now. There we go. There we go. We're over the 9. Let's go. Let's see if we can get to the 26. The 26 on ES is 6,877. There's that move now. Let's go, Bulls. Let's send this thing. Let's make some money. Oh, nasty sell. Nasty rejection. Come on, Bulls, you're right there. There's just... All right, my friend. Hey, you do what you feel is best for you and your portfolio, bro. There's no, no judging here by me, brother. I'm in profit for the day, so I am risking some of my profit for this move. No, I'm still in QQQ right now, so I picked up some QQQ cons. What my order is. I actually ordered a boom mic for myself, so I ordered a stand so that I can bring my mic over to myself. So I'm really excited about that. Come on, give us that retracement. Let's do it. Come on, Bulls, let's do it. About 4 minutes past the bottom of the hour, team. Don't forget, we got Steve coming in this afternoon. He's going to be giving his fantastic insight on the market read for the morning session. I'm sure he's going to talk about some of his trades he took this morning or offered his traders and see what tips and bits he can give us for our afternoon session. I'm looking forward to that. Of course, I will be here through that session as well. So if you all have any questions, you can always ask me. All right, who's long ES right now? Somebody had to take this long on ES. General. Like, it's so late, bro. I love you, man. I'm up 14% on these calls. Let's go. Let's see if that W holds true. Let's go, NQ. Do it. Let's go, yes. I'll move my stop into the money, like I always like to do. Guarantees a $50 profit on this trade. I should do the same for my calls. All right, my stop is in the money for my calls. I'm up 22% on these calls now. I'm $1 out the money. Okay, I'm gonna move my take profit up to or below here on ES. That's 6,882. Whoa, look at that. We're up $325. Let's go. Right over VWAP now. Can we hold this? Man, we could just get like a massive move here. I'm up 34% on my calls now. Let's go. These contracts went from 80 cents to $1.10 now, team. Beautiful trade day. You know, I gotta remember days like today. You know, yesterday I was stressing in the morning session, and to have a day like today, you know, where I have such a better read on the market. I need to reflect on these days, because these are the days that really, you know, I do best and are more enjoyable in my trading, you know. I'm sure you guys as well have the same instance occasionally. Take a look at gold. Oh my God, and gold is continuing to rip. I should have held that longer. Man, oh man. You know, the pullback just, you know, it got me. But I can't complain. I took over 500% profit on those. So I don't feel any kind of way about it. And I found my next trade that has more than made up for that pullback that I didn't capture. And it's probably going to pay me back even more because the leverage is so much higher and the volume is there. Who knows? Maybe we can sell these contracts for like $2. Oh my God. Yes. Yes, it's ripping. Holy moly. I'm going to move my take profit. So I'm going to move my stop. I told you guys that trade for the day, I gave it to you all early in the session. I was like, if you're looking for strength in the market, you need to be looking at gold. Don't look anywhere else, but look for gold. Oops. And it looks like my W is still holding on ES. Let's go. You were looking at tickets? Well, you know what they say, click it or ticket. No, will we get this pullback here as we approach VWAP on the 3-minute? Oh my God, we are ripping to the upside. I'm gonna move my take profit on this. I'm up 62% on these new calls now. Let's take a look at my ES play. Oh my God. Let's go. Let's go, rocket ships. New high a day? Let's go for a new high a day. What do you guys think? We'll take it up to that orb high? Or am I being a little too greedy? But you guys know what I always say, greed is good. Greed is right. I'm up 69%. What a beautiful day in the market. Hope everyone is greedy today. Let's go, RQ. We're in the money. We're in the money. We in the money. Let's go. I'm up 8% on my XSP calls. Let's go, MJ. Let's go. What is gold doing? Oh my God. Man, that was my 1000% trade. General, drop that gold. I know you're still in that. I know you, man. You and your diamond hands. Ain't nobody got diamond hands like my boy over there. Well, I don't know. Ace has some diamond hands. You're talking about $500? Jeez. We are cooking with Crisco, my friend. We are cooking with Crisco. There's that 200 here on the 3-minute on NQ. Like I mentioned, I would expect a little bit of a rejection here before we get over it, you know? Although you can see that the sell volume is nothing compared to what the buy volume has been. So maybe a little exhaustion, some buyers taking profit, realizing that the VWAP is there. Remember, a lot of traders will take that trade. They'll take the break and they'll trade it all the way to VWAP and then they'll get out. They won't want to follow through on it. That's a nasty Campbell. Come on. Come on, bulls. Buy this thing. The one. "15 minutes from the top of the hour, team. Don't forget, we got Steve's class starting here shortly. You can make your way over to his Discord channel. He should be starting up soon. And don't forget, I will be back after his class and bring in more market analysis and more market news. I'm getting kind of close to getting stopped out here on ES. We got that new 15-minute candle opening here shortly. Oh man, you got to be kidding me. Come on, NQ. What is this pullback? Don't you dare stop me out. I got my stop in the money on my QQQ calls. I should probably move it a little further back though. Don't want them to whip me out of this thing. I'm gonna... Yeah, I don't want to put it to 26. Yeah, we're good there. Guarantees me $10 a contract of profit. Not quite what I would want. Not quite 10. Well, it's better than 10%. So if I get stopped out. Then get stopped out on yes, thank goodness. Hearing some hawkish comments out of the Fed that they don't want to give another rate cut. They're not going to do 50 basis points, that is. Come on, hold that 9. Ah, come on, Bulls. What are y'all doing? This is bull. And why are the Bears even here? Like they had their morning fun. Like Tip's not in chat. I shouldn't have said his name. He's probably gonna pop in. Come on, NQ. No. Come on. Don't do that to me. Come on, just bounce. Oh my God, they're gonna touch the 26, aren't they? Wicked it. Come on, bounce it. Oh, this is so frustrating. This is so frustrating. They're gonna stop me out. Boom, I'm done. Oh, I hate these Bears. Man, I hate Bears. I hate the Bears, man. I took 10% on the contracts, but still not happy about that. It should have been so much better. I got stopped out on my ES trade as well. In the money, obviously, but oh well. At least we made some money. We're not losing money. I'm up 15% in my cash account now. Yes. So far, a great week in the market for me. Hope you guys are having a great trading day as well. I never got into gold. I mean silver. I'm glad I got out after that pullback. Forgot I was in one and the other. I love it. I love it. Congrats. Oh, you got out of silver when I did. All good. Yeah, I'm glad I got my stop in the money. I would already be down. My contracts have already be like down. I didn't think we were gonna do that. We should bounce again though. With the dovish comments that I'm hearing. Yeah, Kevin Hassett's just not saying anything positive. I'm gonna have to ask for a tip jar here in Discord. Congrats to you, bro. Congrats. Yeah, great day for you, General. I know you were sweating bullets for a minute. You picked up the 690s. You know what? I got a little flash cash available. I really don't want to do anything because I've had a good day so far. And you are way out the money on those, broski. The pullback hasn't reflected on it yet on the strikes though. And open door dumped. Big Barry, I sold off. Well, I mean, it didn't really sell off. It's just pulled back some. Silver at 14 cents. So I can't say anything about it. I sold those things for 34 cents. So beautiful. Well, no, I didn't. Sold them at 10. Actually up now. Steve's class. No, he hasn't started yet. Live announcements. Yeah, Coach Steve's class will be starting here shortly. Don't forget to make your way into his channel below. I will be closing this Discord channel during his class. I'll leave my YouTube stream up, but I will only be shutting down the Discord channel. So if you guys want, y'all are welcome to head on over to the YouTube channel, or you can jump into his Discord channel and listen to all of Steve's analysis. Oh, there's a White House presser? I didn't even realize it. I didn't realize it was a White House presser. How many more does it have left? Oh, since I restarted the stream, I gotta pull a new chat box up. It won't pick up from the last stream. Not bad. Not a bad day. Gold silver again. His calls are back in the money. Man, you were stacked super heavy on those calls, bro. 20 of them. You're insane, bro. But that's what it takes. I mean, that's what it takes. You know, it takes money to make money. Yeah, and if you want to jump into Steve's class today, you need to make sure that you do have a verified trader role. And if you don't already, then now's the time to open up a ticket because RQ is relaxing in his space over there waiting for support tickets. So make sure you open up that ticket and let RQ. He's ready. He's got his finger on the trigger. He's ready to assign those roles. So if you are missing that verified role, you will need that to join into Stephen's class. What's happening? Why am I jumping frames? Looks like Macron is gonna probably jump in and let you guys know that Stephen's class is starting here shortly. And there's that Discord channel you can pop into right now as well. Oh man, why did I get stopped out on that? That was the trade right there. Oh, there goes those calls again. It's all good. It's all good. I took my 10%. I'm happy. Green for the day. And you know what? I saved myself all kinds of mental real estate. You know? No problemo, sir. We will see you later this afternoon for our afternoon powwow. You know what? I mean, that's what it takes sometimes, you know? But that's just the bottom line. You need money to make money. Those 621's at, they're back at $1. Oh, well. A rejection again on that. On QQQ. Man, I could have repositioned those things at like 70 cents a con. Yeah, woulda, coulda, shoulda. All right, team. Y'all can go ahead and head on over to Steve's class. Like I said, I will be ending this. So make sure y'all stop in there and check out Steve's class. I will see you guys here back in an hour. Have a great trading day. Enjoy the class, and I'll see you shortly. I can't stay here, bro. I have to. My directions are to end this Discord call, and so that members can roll on over there. So I'll have to do that. I apologize. But you can catch me on YouTube. I'm there live. All right, team. I'll see you on a little bit. You're staying? All right. And our viewers on YouTube, Kick and X, don't forget you all can stop in our class live in the Discord right there. Link is in the chat below. You all can stop by that channel, check out Steven's class, which is a fantastic class that you can catch him going over some of his trade strategies. I think I'll pop in and give it a listen. No sound. Yeah, sorry, team. Still no sign yet from Steve. I think he'd get waiting, allowing some folks to jump in his channel.
Hey guys, can you all hear me? Awesome. We're just working on getting Steve's audio activated. I think there's... Oh, I hear myself. Hey Steve, you hear me?
Here.
Welcome.
Hey,
Like,
hello
hey, Dave.
everybody. Hello. Nice to be here. I can't see the chat though. This gold just dropped 13 just now. Big day here in gold. Had a couple great longs. I had one or two little mini stop outs here after that big spike up, and then caught a couple great longs. Now the 15-minute time frame. Let's see your morning trade. What's up, McCarron? All right. So basically, let's see, the gold just dropped here. We're going to wait for the 15-minute time frame to set up on gold here. Okay. All right. You see here the 15-minute time frames are going to set up here. This is a really great short. We had this short here. We had this long here at below 99. Okay. And then the push up here, you can see the new high, the MACD's non-confirmation. This gold here, if this gold gets down to the 88.5, 96.5 range, this gold should get one more push up. You see the gold here, you're making new highs here. Okay. You see the new high here. Okay. The MACDs did not confirm here. Okay. The MACDs did not confirm the high. Okay. All right. All right. I'm going to show you another great pattern here. Or again, 2 days in a row, the 30-minute time frames. Very bullish. And when you're looking at the underlying ETFs here, you got to understand, you can see the beautiful oversold condition on the 30. That's 2 days in a row. The underlying ETFs. Now I said I short these S&Ps up here. When we got the push up this morning, first of all, you got the MACDs negative above the pivot on the 30-minute time frame. So this was a really great short here. Okay. That's number one. Then you got the long here. But now look at the difference between indicator 4 here and the S&Ps here. Okay, so I went with the underlying ETFs all day because they were very bullish on the Dow, on everything else. So now you got the 30 and the 60-minute time frames negative because the math is different. Got a big bear flag. So if these S&Ps, you get the short? Yeah. Okay. If these S&Ps push up to the 80.5, 86, 87 range, I'd be looking to short them for one more push down here. Again, this morning, the big divergence was the new high, the MACD's non-confirming, okay, on the Qs, Avago, NVIDIA. The whole world was a short. The whole world was a short. So one of the things I tell people all the time is that when you're trading the markets, you need to look at the underlying ETFs in order to trade the market effectively here, okay? And it's really important to understand that the way I look at the market, I look at the market with non-confirmations, divergences, all right, just like that gold made a new high above 12, and then it got kabooshed down 13, actually 16, okay, with the non-confirmation here. Let me show you another great pattern here. This is again called a double blue buy. Again, called a double blue buy signal, all right? Now this is a double blue buy signal, and it's off of the it's always off of the 5-minute time frame. The indicator 4, I'm bullish on the 15 to 30. How's my ankle? Oh, I got home at 11:30 last night. I thought I had a blood clot. The doctor even said, I think you have a blood clot. I said, well, do I? Because we got to do an ultrasound. And by the time I got home at 11:30, they pumped me up with so many drugs. It wasn't a blood clot. I asked the doctor what it is. He goes, I don't know. So I'm giving you prednisone. Yeah. Okay. So S&Ps. I called a short to my live stream. Gold just rallied 7. 1,000% the plane ride. It could be. I got up during the middle of the plane ride. So here's what's called the double blue buy. Okay. Look at these 60-minute time frames. Oh my God. Oh my God. Be careful here, being short. All right. So this is what's called a double blue buy. This is a set strategy. So when you're in a positive trend, like the spiders are on the 15, the 30, and the 60-minute time frame, right? The 5-minute time frame reversed the buy. I called the short right here. Kaboom. Kabooshed, right? Right in here. Then it dropped. And when you get the 5-minute oversold into the positive MACD, the 5s correlating with the 15, the 30, and the 60-minute time frame, okay? You got to understand that this is a beautiful buy here. S&Ps on that pattern, just to show you, okay? The 5-day trial include my live Discord? I believe it does, but not my charts, not my chart overlay, okay? So the S&Ps got below 72, right? Okay, now you see the S&Ps here, got up to 80.5. I told my guys I'd be shorting the S&Ps for a pullback. So if they scalped 3, 4, 5 just now, that's great. But this is what's called a double blue buy. The 5-minute time frame correlates with the 15, the 30, and the 60. I like to do is when the algo reverses the buy and you get an overbought condition, you take the short, you look for the pullback, you cover the short, you go long. Boom, right? Drops 10, rallies 10. Unbelievable. Great, great, great. All right. I do stream every single day from 9 to 4. It's about $4,500 a day. S&P's down 7. You see that short? That's a great short, right? Good job. Okay, now when I look at the market, okay, what you have right now, you have the underlying ETFs bullish on the 15, the 30, and the 60. So you're in a positive trend. The Qs are bullish on the 30 and 60, but negative on my indicator 4 on the 15. So basically what you have is a buy disconnect there. But on the S&P futures, you have your negative on the 60, your negative on the 30. Okay, so you have a sell disconnect there. So a lot of times, what you got to do, you got to understand that the math is a lot different on the S&P futures because you're trading 22 and a half hours in a day. And the underlying ETF we have set as RTH, regular trading hours. All right, there goes the gold. Look at this gold rally 9. Jesus, off that pullback. All right, I hope we get a pullback on the 15. It might be too late. Anybody have any questions here? Again, your goal here is to be consistent. I do not work with Blue Sky in any capacity as an affiliate. I'm not one of those guys that acts as an affiliate, okay? I work here. We're going to be doing live events. I'm going to be coming on during the day on when Mike gets better to do some television appearances on their channel. For me, there's no greater joy than to be able to be part of a community. I want to see people succeed, as Mike does, as Rich does, as the whole team does. But again, what's really important is that when you're trading the markets, you want to be consistent. You hit your goal, you stop, you watch, you learn, you listen. Okay. Some really great patterns here. Oh, what a short. Oh my God. Look at that gold ran 10. That gold ran 10. All right. So let's see here. Just looking here. Gold. Okay. Again, I'm looking to see if these 15-minute time frames on the gold. Anybody trade gold here at the at Blue Sky? So this is the gold that got down here on that push down. The 5 got oversold. Now, when you see the MACD's positive, see this pencil up right here. Okay. Okay. What? Okay, MJ, you trade gold? Okay, so you see this push up here? Oh, turn this stupid thing off. You see the MACD's positive here? This, I was looking for a pullback here after there was called a pencil up, $19 up. It actually went up $29, and then that's pushed down to 65.9. Okay, I then was looking for a push down to like 63.5, and of course 66 got you 86, and then took a lot of scalps here. I got stopped out on this boom here, and then caught a couple good scalps in here. Then this is a pullback on the 5-minute, pushed up. Now once these MACDs started going negative, you can see here the new highs. 09, I caught that short, that dropped 9, 10, and then here the new high here up to 12, we caught that again, the push up, the non-confirmation, the sell divergence in a positive trend. Now what I like to see here on the gold, to be bluntly honest with you, is a deeper pullback, and I don't know if we're going to get that. You see, when you have a big rising ADX like this, you got down to 69, that might have been it. So normally what happens is, because of the big buying pressure here on the bigger time frames, and then you get the push down, up, and then you get a deeper pullback like this sometime. I don't know if we're going to have enough time today, or we're going to get it sometime in the Asian session, or we'll get it any time between 4 and 8 o'clock tonight. But if you see gold, if you have my software, you see gold get oversold like this on the 15. All right, with the big buying pressure on the 30 and 60-minute time frame, I got one thing to say: I'd buy it. Okay, I'd buy it. Okay, I'd buy it. Okay, all right, all right. So again, the 30-minute time frames again saved the market today. How do you join your Discord? Oh, okay, sorry. All right. So again, I'm offering. Aaron's going to post here a link for a 5-day free trial. 5-day free trial. Anybody trade oil here at Blue Sky? Anybody trade oil? Anybody trade oil at all? I can't hear him. Aaron, I can't hear. Who's speaking? Okay. All right. No one? Okay. Must. All right. So let me show you. So if you're going to trade oil, Rebecca, you know what you got to look at, right? During the U.S. session, you got to look at the USOs. So the USOs, you can see negative MACD, big selling pressure here, algorithm reversing to sell. But here was the key, Rebecca, right? Look, MACD negative, blue over yellow. The algorithm reversed to sell. The yellow dots the price into the algorithm. Okay. What do you look to do? You take the shorts on the 5-minute time frame. Here's the first short right here. Boom. Right here, 11.25, 7.42. That means that oil right there dropped 56 cents. Okay. Number 2 short here again using indicator 3. Beautiful short. And then that was the one that 12.10. I called this short here on oil above 70.08, 70.06. Okay, got up to 70.12. Look at the drop. Boom, 26 cents off the highs. Okay, okay, Gabriel. So I'm just teaching you a methodology here, and the methodology I'm teaching you is all based upon and predicated on the fact that you need to look at the underlying ETFs using the methodology I created to give you the ability to see the market. The math is completely different. And when they align, okay, when they align, there is nothing better. I'll show you oil really quickly here. This is called a double red short on the 5-minute time frame. The 5-minute time frame is negative on the S&Ps. If they get up to the 80 3/4 to 86 3/4, I would take a short. The 15s, the 30s are setting up for shorts here. NASDAQ, I probably would wait to get up to 30 to 60 range on the NASDAQ. So a double red short is when you're in a negative trend, okay, on the 15, 30, and 60, and then you basically have the 5-minute time frame flipping negative. It correlates with the 15 to 30 and the 60-minute time frame. Okay, the strategy is, okay, when the ADXs are rising, you short the first bounce on the 3-minute time frame, the second bounce on the 5-minute. S&Ps, I cover shorts here between 78 and 79.5 if you're short. If you see here, you can see here the push up on the 5-minute now. So this indicator 3 dynamically would probably got up to the 90, 88, 89, 90 range, right? Okay. But then what happens is, because it completes what's called end of bar. So basically, if you look here, oil got up to high as 58.99, but oil closed at 58.99, and oil closed at 58.82. Okay. All right. So that means that oil dropped 19 cents. So basically, when it was trading 58.99, that oscillator was in the mid to high 80s, low 90s, right? But then it got kabooshed, 19 cents. So this oscillator, okay, is going to plot the bar. But when it was trading 99, it could have been here, but because it closed, you can see the close bar here. The oscillator closed here. So in a perfect world scenario, you would never have known unless you were watching oil dynamically. Makes sense to everybody? Okay, it's really important to understand this. Again, my job, my goal is to have people be very, very successful. All right. If you want to look at Bitcoin, I don't know anybody who trades Bitcoin futures. Okay. I don't know if Blue Sky allows that. Okay. But if you look here, you can see all the time frames, the 30, the 15, the 30, and the 60-minute time frames. Okay. Here you can see here, all reverse to sell. Now, when you trade Bitcoin, okay, what is the asset that follows Bitcoin that acts like as an ETF, which is an ETF, is the IBIT. Okay, so the IBIT is what you need to follow when you're looking at Bitcoin, especially if you're going to trade Bitcoin futures during the day. If these S&Ps, look at them drop. They just, you could have reshorted them again about 81 3/4 there. So basically what you want to be able to do, S&Ps, if you're short, lower your stops. Look to cover 78, 79.5 here. All right. But again, if you're going to trade Bitcoin, it is important to understand the technology that I have. Okay. And when you see these big negative MACDs on the 60 and the 30, what is the strategy? You short the first bounce on the 15-minute time frame. Bitcoin got up to the 102, 100. Bitcoin dropped 700 points. okay? If you can understand, all right, you need to be looking at the IBIT. You don't have to trade the IBIT, but you look at the IBIT to actually coincide to give you the right path for the market. Does that make sense for you? Okay, so you'll hear me say terms like correlated, disconnect, okay? That's really something that you really need to do, okay? All right, there goes the gold. Jesus, gold just ran 12. Okay, all right. ETF, GLD. You need to look at the underlying GLD. If you look here on the GLD, okay, who's that? Nacho? What's up, Nacho? What's up, brother? Okay, now you look at the GLD, right? 15-minute ADX rising. Look at this buying pressure, plus 46. Rising ADX. Big buying pressure on the 60. Look at the 30. Kaboom. Look at this. MACD positive, ADX rising, plus 36. So when you got an oversold condition on the 5-minute time frame, right here, I call this great long here. I call this great long here. Okay. You want now the strategy is what? I'm praying to the good Lord that the 15-minute time frame gets a deeper oversold condition to do what? Buy the world, right? S&P's just dropped 3. Okay. NASDAQ, if you're short the NASDAQ, oh, never got up to 30. I'd cancel the NASDAQ short. Okay. Are you short again?
Yeah, no, not
S&P's.
no, not this. Okay.
2 times in a row, Josh. Come on.
Yeah, I got it.
Get in the game. Let's go. Okay. All right. All right. If anybody new here, again, I stream every day from 9 to 4. I also every single day at 6 o'clock Eastern on my YouTube channel, SK Trading YouTube. Wow, look at these S&Ps drop 5. I have a podcast, The Bull, The Bear, and The Ugly. So please, do you wait for all 4 indicators to give you a signal before entry? No, I do not. The indicators lag. Price leads, indicators lag. However, what's important, okay, is that when you're trading, that it's able to paint the picture for me. So, for example, if you look at the spiders before on the double blue, okay, oh, Mr. 5-minute reverses to buy, no problem. I already said the 30-minute time frames. The 30-minute time frames held the market, right? Cushioned the market. Yesterday the low was 68.30.75. Wow, what a memory. Whew, still got it. Don't put me in a home yet, right? And then today's low was like 53.25, right? Yeah, don't put me in a home yet. I remember yesterday's low on the S&P, 68.30 3/4. All right, and then today's low was 52, right? I still got it. Okay. The next thing I know, right? So now the 5-minute time frame pushes up, boom, right on the spike up. The 5-minute algo reverses to buy. It paints a picture, right, Lisa? Right? It's on your screen. No, not from yesterday's low. I'm not looking at yesterday's low. I just memorized yesterday's low. Look at this, gold's about to make new highs here. Okay. Now, when you get the pullback on the 5-minute time frame on the spiders here, if you can see my chart right here, so this painted a picture. So price leads, indicators lag. Okay. However, EVA, okay. Now I'm able to determine the price on the pullback. It went right into the 10-bar moving average. The 5 and the 3-minute time frames got oversold into a positive MACD. Boom, 10 handles on the S&P, right? That is how you trade them. When I came on, I said, look to buy gold, right? Gold dropped to 96.80. Okay, I was 90, 80, 98.80. It happened in a millisecond. If we were on without the technical difficulties, that pullback on the gold, that oversold condition on the gold, when you have, again, positive MACDs, big buying pressure, rising ADXs, and you got that oversold condition on the 5, you back up the truck, okay? These are set strategies. I taught this to some of the biggest traders in the world when they're intraday trading. So I never forget this story. I think a guy calls me up, big fun. No, Marty, long time. Stevie, we're looking to sell a ton of S&Ps. I said, okay, where? He goes, here. I'm like, I wouldn't do that, Marty. He said, why not? I said, I got buys on the underlying ETFs like I had today. And I said, I think the market could rip here. He said, we gotta hedge the portfolio big. And I said, okay, but I think gold new highs. Jesus, look at this gold up 17. So I said, Marty, I wouldn't do that. I would wait. So, of course, the S&P is, well, where would you sell them? I go, so 12 lower. Why would I sell them 12 lower, Steve, when I could sell them now? I said, because it's not giving me a sell signal now. So he turns to me and says to me, okay, I'm going to go with you on this one. I go, okay, no problem. At the end of the day, the Dow was up 500, S&Ps were up 75. Then he sold. Okay? He's called me up. He says, thank you for helping me. Okay? All right. If you want to take a scalp short on this gold, okay, you can maybe go 16 and a half to like 22, 23 and a half range. Scalp short only. Okay? Scalp short only. Matter of fact, I'll do some. Try to make a new highs here on the gold. Let's see if I can just scalp it here a little bit. Okay. Yep, there it goes. Boom. 16 and a half. Buy some here. Boom. 1590. Just scalp. I'm just scalping it in and out here. Short open here. 1690. Boom. Cover here. Boom. Gold's going crazy here. That was some long on that 20 handle range on the gold on that. Boom, gold, boom. There you go. Scalp the gold. There you go. All right, beautiful. S&Ps again. If you're short, lower your stops. Gold, look to cover gold below 15 and a half. Got it? That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. You're scalping the short. You're making new highs, and the MACDs cannot confirm on the 5-minute time frame. Now, I would have did a lot more, but I'm doing this as well here. Okay? All right? Great trade. The high on the gold was 18 and a half. All right? I'll cancel all my offers above. Okay. Anybody get that short there, Trado? Just trade it in and out. Can you show the gold? Yeah, you can show the gold. Okay, see that gold making new highs here. I waited patiently. MACD's non-confirming. Okay, there you go, SWAT dog. Nobody faster on this matrix than I am, or Dom, whatever you call it. Look at the gold drop $4 just now. Now, if I was more focused here, trust me, I would have been bigger. Okay, S&Ps. I told you these S&P futures have a monster bear flag on the Nasdaq on the 30 and on the 30-minute time frame. So that's why I was calling shorts at 81 and a half, 82 and a half. Okay, look at this gold down 5. Okay, if you can master the art of divergences, you will be one of the greatest traders in the world. I tell you now, trade gold or index futures, fine. So there's two people did two mistakes today that I want to share with you. And I'm going to do this on my podcast tonight. Do you know what single lot entries is? Anybody? Anybody understand what trade? Okay, good job. Anybody know what single one lot? That's okay, because you're scaling into the position. Okay, does anybody know what single lot entries is? Before I go on. Anybody know what single lot entries is? This goal's going to go to 24, 25 later. No? So basically, a single lot entry is, for example, let's say I called a short range, okay? And let's say I said, look to short gold, whatever I said, 50, what I said, 16 and a half to 22, 23 and a half. And you sold, I'm just giving you an example here, so just calmly listen to me. So let's say you sold one gold at 16. Now it's at 19, okay? you need to add, so the first thing is anytime I call a range based upon a pattern, okay, you have to think of, is it a scalp or is it a pattern? This is pretty much a scalp, right? Second, most important question, how many contracts do you want to trade? Big ones or micros? If Mike wants to trade 10 big ones, or if you guys want to trade 15 to 20 micros, again, you can line up 10 people in a room, and if I call a range, 16.5 to 23.5 or 22.5 range, then you have to be able to learn to scale in, whether it's 1136, whether it's 1148, who knows? So a single lot entry means that you just sold 16s and you watch it go to 19 without adding and bringing up your average price, okay? So scaling in and scaling out is really the key to success with my 43 years experience in trading, okay? Second mistake that I saw someone do today, when the NASDAQ and S&Ps were pushing down to new lows. Listen, I can't tell people what to do. I can only tell them I wouldn't do that. Now, I'm an S&P guy. I'm not fearful of the NASDAQ or anything like that. I just love the S&Ps. Like I told you yesterday, some guys like brunettes, some people like blondes. I don't know. I mean, some women like men with gray hair, some women like men with black hair. I don't know. I'm an S&P guy, right? With the biggest guys in the world I know trade the S&Ps, but they'll trade a boatload of Qs. They'll trade a boatload of, this gold gets up to, if this S&P's got up to 80.5, 81, I'd be shorting again here. You like men with no hair? Okay, I can't help you. I can't help you. I still, 62, I still got it. All right. So anyway, with that being said, look at the S&Ps drop. Gold just dropped 4. So now, this person was long NASDAQ and the S&Ps. But I said, you know, why don't you just focus on one and then use the capital versus watching 2 indexes? He said, you know what? I never thought of that. I said, okay, now you do. So if you really want to be great at this game, be great at one thing, not good at many. Don't be jumping in and being long the NASDAQ and S&P. That's like a double, you know, yes, it's a double win. No, it's going to be a double loss, right? Why not just trade the gold? And why not just trade an index? Whether it's the Russell, whether it's the Dow, YMs, whether it's the S&P or NASDAQ. The punch clock behind me, with that punch clock behind me, I did over close to 2 billion shares worth. And I'll show you something really funny. You want to see something really funny? I'll show you something. So I always use a Papermate green pen. And this green pen has been with me since 1991. Okay? Believe it or not. That's how crazy I am. So back in the old days when I would put about 1 billion shares on the trading floor and 1 billion shares on the electronic system, I would have to, before I hired Crazy Ernie, I had G next to me, I would write I had a buy and a sell pad. I know I'm a dinosaur. And then I would write buy 25,000 compact, say, as I'm talking, pay a quarter for 25,000 compact. And I'm like, CPQ, 25,000, boom, clock, boom. So every time I would clock the ticket, my pen would hit here, and there's all green marks here. So I saw them in a box. I had S&Ps, if you're short, look to lower your stops, cover below 78.5. Look at this gold drop. So I kept the pen, and every time I ran out of ink, I would just get a new pen and put the old pen, the new refill in it. And I pressed so hard so many times because I was trading so much, I broke the pen. I tried to put Scotch tape, black tape, this tape. Finally, I said, screw it, I'll just use half a pen. But the clock there goes back, okay? And I leave it there as a memory from when I first started trading. That clock, believe it or not, I bought it out of Indiana. It's about $600 back in 1991. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? I used it to clock my tickets. Boom, boom, boom. Let me see if it even works anymore. I don't even know if it works anymore. Does it work? It still works, but no ink. I can't even get a cartridge for it. Okay. Anyway, all right. There goes the gold dropping. All right. Let's see if these. Can you believe the market's still up 9 here? What a monster day I had. AMD. We shorted the highs. AMD dropped. Oof, forget it. What shorts on AMD? Then we had some great longs on AMD. Really great patterns there on AMD. Anybody? I know. I heard that Blue Sky may be trading stock soon. Okay, if that's the case, it's over. I'm telling you right now, because you know I traded nearly 2 billion shares in my life, and I basically, you know, I see the way stocks move. Palantir, Tesla. Today, Tesla, I called a great short on Tesla on the opening, and next thing I know, it dropped 4, down 6, down 8, down 10, and that was it. Okay, all right. We're gonna cut this off today around 1:45 today, and next week we'll be on a regular schedule every Tuesday and Thursday from 1 to 1:45. Again, I do have a S&Ps. If you're short, you short them again.
Yeah.
All right. Well, look at the screen, not on your phone. Look the cover shorts below 78.5 there. All right. So again, I do host every single night from 6 o'clock to 6:15, 6:25. My podcast, The Bold, the Bear, and the Ugly. You know, again, great people behind the scenes here. Mike Tolbert, Rich. Hopefully I meet more of the team over the next couple months here. I live here in Florida. Yesterday was 47 degrees. Today was 53 degrees. I froze my tuchus off. Forget it. 6,900. I don't know if you're going to get that, Nacho. If I can be kind enough to show you. Look at the spiders here. You're getting overbought into the negative MACDs on the 30-minute. Now we have a CPI number tomorrow, I believe, right? Okay, that's a nice bear flag here, Nacho. I'd be careful. Okay. I met him years ago. I forgot where. That my brain hurts. Okay. All right. I would raise your stops. 684. I mean, you're up. You know, you're up 20 handles at one point. Nacho, the way to play this, probably I would do this, is sell out some here and raise your stop to 74. That's how I would do it, right? And you're going into, I believe, a CPI number tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken, right? My doggy's out like a light. Forget it. There he is. All right. Got about 7 minutes to go here. Anybody have any questions? Again, really great honor and privilege here to be working with Blue Sky. Again, I'm not an affiliate, okay? I gave him steak last night. He growled at me, okay? He growled at me, my dog. I gave him a nice, I went to get a steak with Josh, and I said, you know what? I'm starving. I said, you know what? I got to bring some steak home for my doggy. So I got a little container, about maybe 7 or 8 pieces, and some sweet mashed potato, not a lot. And I put them in his bowl, and I handed it. I go, are you crazy growling at your father? Are you nuts or something? You can't be growling at your father. Are you bananas? Forget it. Can't be happening. All right. Oil caboose today, over down 4%. Okay. All right. Very, very quiet here. Now, normally, between the 12 and the 2:30 time periods is when the 15-minute time frame set up. Now, you really can't short the gold here now, and I'll show you why. All right, you can't short the gold now. Look at the 30-minute 15s are starting to turn up here. I told you this gold's going to go to 24. Okay, at 23.5, 24.5, that's where I think probably the next target, and then you're going to get a caboose. Because the rule of thumb is when you have these positive MACDs, rising ADXs, okay, you're going to get a nice, so the first one normally you get a push up like that, then the second pullback is going to look something like that. Okay, all right. Okay, all right. Anybody have any questions here? We have about 6 minutes to go. If Aaron is going to post a link here, let's see what's going on here. Okay, there goes the NASDAQ. NASDAQ, I would take a short here, like 37 up to like 67. S&Ps, I'd short these here, 84 to 90, 84 to 90 and a half range. All right, I still think you're going to get a nice push down here. These 15s are getting overbought. The 30s are getting overbought here. Okay, there they dropped already. 84 on the S&P, 30. Oh my God, NASDAQ just dropped 10 already. Look at that. NASDAQ just got cabooshed. S&Ps just dropped 2. That's how fast. Hand on the mouse. Look at him. What a short. Okay. All right. Nasdaq just got kaboosh 10. You got to trade them in and out. That's how I look. Scalping. Who knows? I mean, who cares? At the end of the day, you get your $300, $500, $1,000. Who cares if it's scalping or pattern trading? This is scalping right now. Okay? This is scalping right now because honestly, you want to maybe get one more push up here off the 30-minute time frames. You can see here the 30-minute time frame on the spiders. You can see are getting overbought. You have a 91 overbought reading into the negative MACDs here. I told you yesterday it's second day in a row. The 60s and the 30s held confidently. All right. So we'll see. Do I think they hit 6,900 today? No. No. Yeah, I'm not giving him any more stake. Forget it. I'm not gonna have. I love this dog too much. I'm not gonna have him growl at me. You know, he thought I was gonna take it away from him. Okay. Right? Unbelievable. Okay. All right. Again, if you are going to be part of my live stream, the 5-day free trial, Aaron's going to post it again here. Again, if anybody has any questions or anything, my cell phone number is included in there. You guys can give me a call. I think this gold is going to get maybe one push up, then you may get the push down first before, but we'll see. But anyway, if you do get a deep oversold condition, I want to just tell you, oh, look at the S&P's drop. Look at it. Nasdaq just dropped. S&P's just dropped 3. Again, if the 15-minute time frame gets deeply oversold, that's what you want to look at. That's what you want to happen. Okay. All right. Microsoft just reversed the buy in the 15 and the 30-minute time frame. Now you look for pullbacks to get long. You have a positive trend. S&P's kabooshed. Nasdaq just dropped 15. I don't know if anybody was quick enough to get the short up there. Nacho, I would have probably been scaling out up there, Nacho. Okay, because these 15-minute time frames roll over. I think the lows are in for the day. Okay, the 52 low on the S&P. Okay, but with that, again, you guys are in great hands with a great company, Blue Sky. You still short?
No, I had the long.
Long where, on the S&P?
Yeah, on bounce towards that short.
So you got long at 75 and a half?
Yeah.
All right.
I got a good one.
All right. This prednisone is making me crazy.
Look good.
I'm all bounced
You're
up
good,
here.
yeah.
I'm gonna eat, but I'm all. No, I'm gonna kidding. All right. I'm gonna take this prednisone for my. Yeah, I'm looking to build out the Traders Cafe in West Palm. Gonna hopefully have me and a bunch of traders trading all day long, and then right behind us about 200 of traders. And I really would like to have Blue Sky part of that as well. And I think that would be really great. Looking for a big, I'm talking to some investors next week, and hopefully, God willing, I build this thing out, 25,000 square feet. Gonna be a cafe in there, right, for breakfast, and look at this S&P's drop. Look at the look at the Nasdaq drop 25. Look at that, kabooshed. Kabooshed. And then after work, have a big lounge area, maybe get salads and maybe get some free coffee. No free coffee. What's free? Okay. All right. With that being said, we got a minute to go. S&P's, just anybody get the short on the S&P or NASDAQ there? Again, you're pushing up those 30-minute time frames. You run the risk of thank you. Caught the NASDAQ short. Good job. Yeah, the 5-day free trial. Aaron, can you post that link in there, please? Again, S&P's down 6, Nacho. I hope you sold some up there. Now you got to raise your stop to 74. Right, Nacho? Nacho. Hello. Gone. Good job. Just saved you 7 handles on the S&P. All right. There's a link. I'd love to have all of you join me every single day from 9 to 4. It's a 5-day free trial. After that, it's $4.50 a day. If you can't make $4.50 a day with me, a lot of pools in Florida to clean. Okay. Kabooshed. All right. Have a great day, everybody. God bless you. Please watch my podcast, The Bull, the Bear, and the Ugly. And thank you so much. God bless you, and God bless the United States of America. Take care, everybody.
All right, team, we are back. Wow, that was an awesome class hosted by Coach Steve over there. Hope you guys were able to capitalize on most of his moves. And nice to see that, he's lined up with most of my analysis from the morning session. So just like his traders, my traders got that badass gold call this morning. So hope you guys capitalized on that, because that was my killer trade of the morning session. And you could have taken that in an options trade for just $2. You could have turned that into like $38 per contract. So, hey, free of charge, no subscription other than owning a Blue Sky account. That's right, team. You don't have to go nowhere, but stay right here and make sure you have an active Blue Sky account, and you get all that knowledge for free. All right, let's see how the afternoon session holds out. Looks like gold is making a bull flag here on the 3-minute. Been riding the 9 EMA beautifully. Coach Matt loves the 9. So do I. We got a beautiful pull in. Retested the 26. Found an area of support on gold at 4,197. And don't forget, really, I'm just using EMAs and support and free tools that you can get off TradingView. So if you guys want to link to my free chart, no charge, don't have to sign up for anything, I can drop that link below, so you all are more than welcome to ask for those free charts. All right, let's take a look at ES. ES making a little bit of a bear flag, or bull flag, I'm sorry, making a bull flag right now. Still holding the monthly open. We do have a lot of resistance below if the sell wants to take hold. You've got the 26, you got the 9, you got VWAP, and you got the 200 well below. I think we'll continue. I think we'll get a little bit of a consolidation, and we'll get that move up into the afternoon session. Probably traders getting ahead of the news event for tomorrow. So we are getting numbers. We do have a government shutdown ending tomorrow. That's why I've been more bullish in these last few days. I've been expecting that. Let's get Steve's link out of here. You still in that long, Nacho? Back from the dead? Back from the dead? What do you mean back from the dead? Yeah, coach, ITC. What did you do, General? What were you doing? I missed your post there. Just like me, Aaron, I got nowhere else to be but here. What's up, Mr. Positive? Good to see you. Hey, Tommy. Good to see you, my friend. How you doing? How's your trading day going? Well, at least you know what you're doing. Well, at least you know you can call out your own stuff. You out, bro. All right. As long as it doesn't go against you, that's the most important thing. As long as you manage it, you got out. Well, being bored is not. You know what? I mean, sometimes I get a little bored here. Don't get me wrong, you gotta have self-control in this game. You cannot just be taking blatant trades, and that is essential to having longevity in the market. Look at me. I'm sitting here all day with you guys. I've got money available. I could be taking trades. But at the end of the day, I already know every single time I enter the market, I am putting my soldiers at risk. My good friend of mine, my quant, Apple, he is specifically uses that frame of reference, is that your money is like soldiers, like you're sending your soldiers into war. And every time you send your soldiers into war, you want to be the best commander you can. You want to be the best commander you can. You need those guys to come back. You need your troops to come back with reinforcements, not missing team members. General is not my quant. My quant is Apple. Apple bottom jeans is my quant. Let's see. Yes. General is more like my Bane. He means well, but sometimes, it's not a great idea. But nonetheless, he's my boy and I love him. Let's see if this goes on right. All right, there we go. Oh, wait, my camera's a little off. Let's get us in the frame right. All right, there we go. Now we're on the frame. Swati got low. Right? Look at that move on gold. Jeez. It's just been bull flag after bull flag. We got that drawn out here. Fairly simple. You know me, I like to keep it simple. Exactly. Low. Where is he? I wonder if he's busy in his class. He might be busy in his class. I don't think he's. Oh yeah, he is. He's on his stage right now. Man, I tell you, the easy trade for the day was gold. I like that little scalp on the short. But looks like QQQ and NASDAQ are, pivoting now from the morning session. And now we're just consolidating. No, we don't stay in this range for the next hour. We've already been in here the last hour. Not much moves, mainly just scalps. I want the trend. I want the breakout trend. That's what I'm waiting for. I was hoping we would have got it earlier, but like when I got out of that QQQ, I was like, we hit that, and I was like, yeah, we're not gonna keep going. Or it was right here. So even NQ is still flagging. But funny thing, we're inside of yesterday's orb on NQ. Not the look you want. Oh, come on up, Becky. Welcome to the stage.
Hey, thanks for having me back.
No problem.
I tried so hard to make the presentation earlier and I missed it again. Tricky time for me. I'll watch it back. But I logged in just in time to hear about your apple bottom jeans. That was pretty funny.
Oh, that's my boy.
Perfect.
Yeah, Apple, he's really big into GEX and some of his quant data. So, I was struggling a little bit with my options plays, and he wasn't trading futures when I met Apple. So it was really funny that when we both kind of met, You know, he was on the opposite side where I just, you know, I had been the last few years and crossed over to futures, and he was having a lot of success in options, and he started, you know, teaching me and showing me how to read the GEX, and, you know, gave me a lot of insight that I was missing, you know, on how to read the different strikes inside of Weeble and stuff. So just a huge help. But you know, we always chat and stuff.
Nice. Good person to have around.
Yeah, he's got a great personality. He's super funny. He's a hoot.
Man, it almost looks like a W on the 5-minute chart on ES this morning when she was testing that support. Good pattern, and it broke out.
Yep. Yeah, you could see that here on NASDAQ on the 5-minute as well. We're flagging the right arm of it right now. Riding the 9 to the upside, which is good. Obviously, VWAP is providing resistance for us now. But if we do break out, I would imagine that the breakout will be significant because we're being suppressed in the range.
Right, this is a decent bit of consolidation we're having here, and there's still a good chunk of trading time left today.
Yeah, definitely. I don't like that we're consolidating right now at 1 though. You know, it's we got a long way to go.
Right. That's a good point about NQ, how the days are stacking on top of each other, like this day 3 in the same kind of range.
All right, Gabber says, if you wanted to run, just let me know and I'll close my calls. Funny because ES is writing VWAP as support while NQ is hitting its resistance. It's because the tech sector is so overweighted right now. You know, you've got chips that have kind of taken a hit. You know, yes, I mean, looking at AMD now. AMD is sold. Let's take a look at NVIDIA. Sorry, I was doing some estimates on gold. Yeah, and NVIDIA as well. You know, hasn't had a great day here in the intraday. Really a lot of consolidation. Hasn't sold off, holding the level, but we did have a nasty sell-off yesterday with SoftBank cutting their positions. But you can see the EMAs are starting to catch up with price. So it made an attempt to break out and regain its, you know, upward momentum, but just not a lot of interest right now. Maybe we need some news to, you know, encourage some of the tech sector. We look over the heat map, still, you know, very neutral in the electronic technology sector. Technology services is red. Meta is definitely not helping the charge. Google, I believe, was trying to catch a bit earlier. I heard something about that. Yep. Exactly. See, there's that. And as a matter of fact, Google has that W formation as well. So any traders in the options chain, you might want to look at some calls. You know, you might have a decent move and maybe a nice swing call.
Yeah, that heat map had a lot of indecision on it. Some of both angles playing today.
You know,
both sides.
Yeah, you know, and earlier in the last month, I should say, I'm sorry, not early in the month, but last month we saw tech really holding the charge and leading the tech sector. But finance and healthcare technology was faltering. They weren't helping contribute to any of the upside moves. And through that course, we actually saw some of the healthcare taking a hit. I actually was hearing chatter about traders taking longer dated call options on healthcare, including UHC and some of those Eli Lilly, things like that, into December, hoping for or looking for a bounce into the Christmas session. So it looks like that's kind of coming into fruition now that we're almost 2 weeks into November. So we're seeing some of that sector rotation happen there now as well.
Nice. Silver call.
Take a look at Dixie and see what Dixie's doing. Looks like the dollar is starting to catch a bid, starting to roll over to the upside. Not a good look for the market if we want to see that continued upside. So Becky, do you like to trade the afternoon session, or do you mainly just focus on the morning? And once you either made your money or hit your loss limit for the day, you're just kind of done at that point?
I usually will gravitate towards morning session and done, but I do really like afternoon opportunities as well. So it sort of depends on what's going on in my day. And if I'm home, I used to take 2 shifts a week at the hospital. So there was 2 days a week that I just wasn't home, so I couldn't trade them. But it just depends. If I'm available and I'm not bogged down with other things, then I will often look for a trade in the afternoon. But I have found that it's only once or twice a week, honestly. I think that's changing now that I'm, here at Blue Sky and have more time. So now I just have to get my bearings with making sure I'm like contributing on the live stream and then also taking smart trades, because Riz, you're like a master of this, but for me, this is new to be on a stream while potentially entertaining live trades. So TBD, this is a new world.
Yeah, it is very different. It's tough. I don't know a lot of traders that do that. I know another guy that I used to always listen to, and I kind of have modeled my streams off of him, the way he would trade, and he would do the same thing, except he would never show his charts when he was taking trades. So you just hear, him talking about it. He wouldn't do screen share. It was just all voice, so you're just talking about the price action through the whole session. So you were having to look at your own chart, so, I based my idea of how I wanted to run my streams off of the way he would, because I found it very informative, and it really made you kind of, really look and try to figure it out. And I spent like a little over a year listening to him, just religiously, morning, all through the session, and just trying to figure out how did he find that, and what did he see, and what led him to get to that, so that I could start kind of replicating it on my side. That actually really helped me a lot at the beginning.
Nice. Yeah, there's a phrase, imitate and innovate, which is like, if we're not, reinventing the wheel, there's streamers out there, but we can think about what we like from what they do and what we don't like from what other streamers do, and then, make it our own, make it better is the idea. Yeah. Strong work. I like the end of the day. I feel like you can get tells around this time in the 11 o'clock hour, like right before power hour. You can start to get a tell on what the last move might be, for rotational or for directional, or, if another push would make sense, or if we're fatiguing. And it's interesting. So I definitely make a study of it and try to practice at least once or twice a week. I'll take an afternoon trade. Ooh, congrats, Big Owl. Says, let's go. This being so sideways right now, I don't love it, because I could see both ways, but like on ES, all of this consolidation is above VWAP, which is, a little bit of a bullish energy, but also it's not a lot of strong momentum. See anything I like yet, because I'm not in a position. So
yeah, just times like this really just make me think about the consolidation and how they just start killing zero DTEs. You know, so like for me, this time of day, I really don't like to trade because in the back of my mind, that's exactly the first thing I start thinking about is we're in that consolidation. See, in the after hours, you don't get this. So you're kind of just, you know, in the midst of it. So then it becomes really critical that, you know, how do you avoid that chop and not get chopped up? Because there is no same day expiration contracts at that time. You really got to be on your A game and know those levels and have that correct entry and exit.
Right. Yeah, and theta, I mean, exactly with the options, man. Theta will kick your butt in this type of sideways nothingness. Like, no thanks. Well, I like your style with the end of day push on that. Like that, and they're cheap.
Yeah, you know, and that has been something lately since I, you know, am here in the live stream with our team. That has been the latest thing that I've really started to kind of hone into is that, you know, I've already made very good gains for the day, and now I want to find something super cheap because I can't get something super cheap in the morning. Otherwise, it's just a lotto early in the morning, and I don't want something like that. I want to have something that has, you know, a real chance of actually going in the money and where I can get that European close on it. So that has been the last thing the last piece I'm really like trying to get really good at, you know, just timing in and honing in on that end of day, you know, zero DTE that I can scoop up, you know, a dozen or 2 dozen for like $1 or $2 and let it, you know, settle in the money. And you already know what that can turn into. You know, I could take that $2 and turn it into $40 or even $1.20 per con. And, you know, that's what I want, you know, because those are where I can get that 1,500%, you know, gain on it. And my risk is low because then I'm looking at picking up 10 contracts at $20. I'm incurring $20 of risk, and I could potentially make $1,000 off $20. You know, that's where I'm like, that's what you know, those are the ones that make me happy.
Yeah, that's sick. That's perfect setup. It's clear that you like refined it over time. You know, like you've seen it happen, you've dabbled with it, you started with smaller amount of contracts, I imagine. And then when you get your jam with it, that's when you can start taking a little bit higher position, a little more contracts at a time, and then see how it compounds from there.
Absolutely.
Nice.
See, and that right there is like what me and General were just talking about. We just had that conversation just a little bit ago, and I was like, you know, I want to buy more contracts, but I'm in a point right now that I'm rebuilding my cash portfolio. So right now I'm in a growth phase. But once I get to where I want to be, I will increase my sizes and I will be taking a larger position. But, you know, there has to be a method to it in a way, you know, so that I ensure that, you know, I'm growing my portfolio and I'm not over risking, because at the end of the day, I don't want to just keep dumping money into the account. I want to be able to grow the account at a good rate that I can continue, you know, along my journey trading. You can't rush the process.
No, you really can't. And choosing contentness with smaller wins when that's the size of your account and the way you want to grow it is smart. You can't think of it as like playing small. It's like it's strategic based on where you're at with the energy of what you're trading with. Like that's a system that is successful long term and can grow. So that's so smart.
As long as it works, you know, we got to have a plan. You have to have a trade plan. You just can't enter and exit the market on a whim. You know, you have to have some kind of strategic plan of how you're, you know, entering and, you know, placing your trades.
Yeah. I totally agree. Makes it more concrete, so that way you're not shooting off impulsive trades. If you say this is what my plan is, then it's, you know, you're breaking it when you do something counter to that. But if you're like, I think I might do this, then it's, you know, it's so much easier, I feel like, to slide into the breaking that.
Exactly.
silver was so strong today, General. Like, dang.
And I'd like to send a congratulations to one of our resident traders, someone that's been in our community since, let's see, how long has MJ been in our community? Let's take a gander at it. Since May 7th, just passed another account, past 100K launch plan. So congratulations to you. I can't wait to see those payouts. Post those payouts in the P&L, because you know what? You deserve all the recognition, because it's your hard work and showing up every day that leads you to that success.
Ooh, nice. That's amazing. Excellent work. Getting it done. Killing it.
And already in day one, up $1,000. Wow. Beautiful. Beautiful. Hey, no problemo.
Handling it. Gold pulled back a little bit recently here. Last few minutes.
Ooh. My target was reached. I had my rocket ship there, so that was about where I expected we would go to.
Okay. I was away from the charts while I was off, so I'm like catching up. Yeah, she slowed down and then broke though here.
Yup, gold was the trade for the day.
Yeah, beautiful run up.
Oh, it looks like it's going to be a slow afternoon session until we get closer to power hour. I hope not.
She's settled. And Q is even tighter. If you look at the 15 minutes, they're just like, the bodies are just sideways.
Yeah.
She's tight. Interesting how YM this morning, the first move was a strong push up, and NQ and ES were the opposite. Now they're all three fizzled out in the middle of their day's range, but so you can see that they're made up of slightly different components.
Mm-hmm. I wonder who's tanking us right now. Something's causing this sell-off.
Yeah, it's in all of them. Is it the dollar you pointed out?
The dollar was starting to bounce, still moving to the upside now. You can see it here. It's testing the prior bounce spot.
She's strong in the last little bit here.
Wrong with it? here. LPTX. Woo. Why am I? Let's see. Biomedical play. That's what that is. That's wild. That's a crazy move right there. About BBAI. Open door. These are some of the stocks that Mike has been speaking about. Pretty decent move. Still ranging though. Take a look at Tesla. Oh, Tesla was selling though. Yep, Tesla's still selling. But Amazon, yeah, Amazon is doing. Everything is selling. Let's see, what else can we go to? Wow. Microsoft had a nice V-shaped recovery. That's pretty interesting. Had that W. Oh. Renko's still showing upside though. We haven't even broke low. Wonder we'll have a late bounce and like into power hour.
Kind of a nice pullback right now. Just set up for that maybe.
Yeah, we're right in the middle. I mean, we're at the bottom of yesterday's orb low, so. But we are under the EMAs now, the 9 and the 26, and there come the buyers again. And not a lot of orders on the chain though. It's only about 600 orders right there, trying to buy this up. But in my volume candles, you can really tell that, yeah, there's not a lot of volume. 1,000, 3,000 orders on the chain, so very limited.
Momentum not there.
Oh, wow. This is crazy. Check this out. You're gonna freak out when you see this, Becky. Chick-fil-A has officially entered the vending space.
It's been due to come to America for so long. It's been wow. Okay.
Well, you know why they don't bring that to America is because it will kill fast food chains. It will destroy them. You know, they're already not making huge margins. Food prices are killing them. Labor prices are killing them. So there is only one solution for an alternative, and that is it right there. That's why we don't have like those spaces like in China that they have all those food vending machines, because they'll kill fast food.
Yeah. Well, when minimum wage kept pushing up, that was a massive impact to the food service industry. With high schoolers making minimum wage and having that be not a tremendous expense for the fast food chain, because it was not huge. But then minimum wage went up at the same time as food prices, and then nobody wanted to pay more for the fast food. So yeah, it's a super duper surprised.
I mean, but think of it really. Is that if I have a choice between going to Wendy's or McDonald's and picking up a burger, fries, and a drink for $9 to $12, why wouldn't I just order one from Applebee's, Chili's, or Cheddar's, or a better establishment, get a better quality meal for maybe $2 or $3 more?
True.
See, that's the problem that my wife and kids, we struggled with as a family, because then it was like, well, if I'm gonna go and pick up McDonald's for all of us, I might as well just say, hey, we'll go pick it up ourselves and go to 54th Street, or we're gonna go to a sit down restaurant, pick up the food to go and bring it home. We'll save ourselves the Uber. Yeah, it's just. That's what we ended up doing, because we realized that we were getting a better meal at almost the same price.
Yeah, right. I agree. The world is changing.
Yup. That's crazy.
Where is that from? Did it when you picked up that picture, did it say the location?
That's a college campuses. So I follow this group on X called Price Errors. So what they do is they track price errors on the internet. So this is the post that they have up. I'll do a screenshot of the whole post. So supposedly they're testing in two locations, a hospital and a college campus.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. That makes a lot of sense for both those locations.
Absolutely. And they have two photos. So it's not even just a singular photo.
Shows us different places, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Hey.
They're probably gonna see if those vending machines will make up the sales that they make at a retail restaurant. Can you imagine that?
Right, because there's going to be some waste to factor in if it's not sold in a certain amount of time. This will be, it's like beta testing.
Mm-hmm. Oh, really? You got machines like that? It just goes to show that the fast food restaurants now are entertaining that idea. They're pivoting towards that now.
Yeah, put a brand behind it. I mean, yeah, it's no different from the hospitals. Yeah, like making the sandwiches in the kitchen and then putting them in the machine so they don't have to go through the line. And yeah.
Yeah, I think the other one is, what is it, Brothers Pizza? I was looking into like franchises for a while because, I like to find ways to make my money, passive incomes. I'm all about passive incomes. And that was one. Let's see, what is it?
I love some passive income plans, man. We have one rental right now, and I know I get some energy behind that.
Mhm.
I think you should use the cameras more. I'm into it. I'm so into it. I'm not available right now. I'm not gonna lie, but
I think what I'm gonna do is probably to start off is my morning session. I won't be on cam, and then like in the midday I'll come on cam. Oh, it's just the charts in the morning, and then I can come in and be on cam in the afternoon session. That and I don't want people seeing me pull out my hair in the morning session. You know, oh my god. Or maybe they do
when
want to see
it's
that.
pushing against you. Ugh. You don't need to be on all day. That's a big ask. That's a big ask.
I was pulling my hair out yesterday. I was pulling my.
That's what you need a hat today.
Yeah, it was a rough start to the morning, but that was my fault because you know what? I wasn't as patient as I should have. I jumped the gun and I should have been more patient.
You're human. Yesterday, I tried to get my audiovisual to do my face as well as the presentation during my psych presentation lab, and it's tricky. I gotta get it locked in because I tried to use Riverside instead of OBS because when it creates the final product for posting, then it's a nice side-by-side, but I gotta, like what you're showing now is good with your face in camera there, and that's through OBS, right?
Yes, this is all OBS right here.
Yeah.
So I've got a whole frame that I can do stuff with it. I can do a bunch of stuff with my cam. Let me see if I can will it activate
I might need to
this?
harass you for a workstation with you because what I discovered after my session yesterday, the issue was is that Riverside was owning my camera, so Discord couldn't also own it, and so it was sending my image to Riverside, and Discord couldn't show it at the same time.
Yeah, you might want to use the different tools for different functions. Like me, like I could record on this, and I have the option that I could record it, and then I could dump it in AI to where I could have clips made off of it. So I'm in a big streamers channel. I'm part of a big streamer group for my night streams. So we do a bunch of different things with OBS.
That's cool.
Let's see if I can get some of my. Let's see here. See if this will kick on. Fail to activate. Okay. Let's put my glasses on. Let's see.
Got a little more experience over me on this live streaming world, but I'm learning. I'm coming along. I could definitely talk about the markets endlessly, so that's a natural fit.
Oh, I know why this will work. I'm using my actual raw camera, so I'm not using. I've got this other cool overlay that I use in the night session, and I can put a mask over my face. So like I have like a skull with like flames coming down. I've got another one where I can look like what, Deadpool, you know, just different stuff like that. I even got one that can look like an alien. That one's pretty funny.
Okay, so what we need is when you are in a position and it's pushing against your stop, you gotta like put the flames on or something, like pull the energy to it.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, and that's super helpful because like I've got my Stream Deck, so I've got my Stream Deck all tied in with OBS. So I've got like hotkeys, so you know, like I have to be in a different chart for that. See, like here I can engage like, you know, the drop, or I can, you know, put the, you know, just different funny stuff that I have. The market's ripping, or, you know, sell, you know. So I have all that stuff all hooked up.
All right, you're cool and I'm new. It's fine. That's awesome.
I still don't know half the stuff that we can do with it, but if you did want, I could put you off to that side over there, and you could actually be, we could have dual cams like that to where we don't have to even have a frame. I think it's just a matter of us kind of sitting down with Coach Matt and kind of figuring out what kind of layout we want to use, Well, we could have multiple, we could have that, someone just showing, maybe information about Blue Sky in the background while we're all talking, since we're going to be doing that round table.
Yeah. Lots of opportunities. I mean, the technology is incredible. So we just got to play with it and lock it in. Man, that close below the EMAs, just after 11 a.m. started, and then she just kept selling underneath.
Yeah, I think Steven, as a matter of fact, brought up about us selling off. So he was looking at a sell as well. Take a look at gold and see what gold is doing. Yeah, gold just threw a sell signal now as well here.
Yeah, the closing underneath though, the moving averages is a sign.
Oh man, are we gonna get the accelerated sell here?
They're all aiming down now. ES is under VWAP as well now.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I didn't even notice that Mike actually threw in some tidbits about today's session. He was looking at Open, MSPR, Rivian, BBAI, Plug, NVIDIA, Beyond, and CLSK. I was actually looking at Rivian. I was looking at it and I missed on it. I wanted to actually short Rivian out of the Open. That's actually what I wanted to do. I missed the short at the Open. I was so tied up with my other stuff that I totally missed it. I could have gotten myself a beautiful short.
Man, that was straight. Can't catch them all.
Can't catch them
Your
all.
silver trade was sick today.
It was insane. Yep, I'm lucky when it's easy. Most days aren't always easy.
No.
I don't think I have too many stressful days though in the market like I used to. I think I've gotten a lot better at finding my opportunities and knowing where my strengths and my weaknesses are.
Powerful information.
You got to know yourself. That's the coolest thing about trading, I think, is that a lot of people fail to realize is that as you become a trader, you will learn about yourself in ways that no other industry will allow you to. You'll learn your weaknesses, your strengths, and there's no one there to really guide you. So you're really on your own to explore your inner self and really find out what you're made of and what your true potential is.
Okay, you're speaking my language so much with that. I feel like I had no idea when I started learning trading that it would be like a deep dive into my psychological, subconscious depth.
Yes.
I had no idea. Yeah.
Yes. It's the funniest thing, and I always say it all the time. Like I was good in business. I've been good at things I've done throughout my, endeavors in my life. But I could never really say that like I myself was like the best me I could ever be at those points. I had my successes in my various businesses and things like that, but I never felt like I was at my full potential or I was the best I could be. It wasn't until I got into this space and I started day trading and trying to become a trader that in the course of that I started to become the best, Ruben I could be. Yeah, that's my real name. It was like, that's when I started to realize like my full capability and my potential. And it was really sad because then it was like, I wish I would have done this sooner because I would have excelled at so many other things because I would have been able to see clarity that I never had before. Or, find the self-control and and being able to manage myself in ways I never was able to before. Before being in business, you have to take risks. Owning a business and being self-employed and being an entrepreneur, you incur risk all the time. Waking up and going to sleep, there's always risk as an entrepreneur. But I never understood how I could have maximized the risk I took until now and realized that I could have leveraged my risk in ways that I never did before. it's just an interesting part of trading, you know.
It's such a great point. Like I thought I just needed to learn technical skill and what you needed to see to enter and exit a trade, and that was that. That's how you become a successful trader. But it is like so much more than that, because being able to tolerate the risk and what size risk and how long you have to hold it for and how long can you like have that courage to let it build and hold your winners and cut your losers short. You know, it's like we have the human tendency to hope when something is going bad and to fear when something is going good, which is like such a mind F to like work through that, because that's the opposite of how you need to be in trading. And it's been an interesting personal development study for me, and I think that's pretty common, honestly. Yeah. Learning about yourself.
Yeah, it's a very cool thing.
Yeah. Becoming different humans through this process, you know, and it does impact different parts of your life too, you know, like how we respond to our families and all the different things that we're pursuing, like different entrepreneurial efforts as well. Like it crosses over.
Yeah, but it's been such a cool experience, you know. I've met a lot of cool people. I've met friends, and lifelong friends, I should say, that I would have never in a million years imagined I would have. And then to have such a close bond with people I've never met in real life, a couple I have now, and just it's really cool, you know. Not like a job, you know. You go to a job, you have your colleagues, your coworkers, and they leave and you lose touch and stuff like that. And this is not like that at all. You know, it's almost like even if we don't talk, we're all in the trenches together, and we can come back at later times. And it's just like, how are you? You know, I've got a couple of friends that have gotten married, life has happened, they step out of trade, you know, they fall out of the community, they're doing their own thing, and then they come back and they're like, oh yeah, I'm still trading, and how are you? And you know, it's just like if we never left the space, you know, together. It's really fun, really cool experience.
It's all encompassing. Like once you decide that you're a trader, like you speak that language. It's part of a community that not everyone else gets, but then you do get deeper bonds. Like this weekend, actually, I'm going down to San Francisco to hang out with some of my very closest trading people, and it's like these, you know, they're based out of California and Washington and New York, and we're all coming together. Cause it's like I would have known them from Adam until, you know, this opportunity brought us together, and now they're absolutely, like you said, some of my very closest friends. So. Cool.
Fun stuff.
Oh, they're catching a bid. Look at them all.
Yeah, we are catching a bid. Got to break this trend line. I have to break this downward trend line, though.
Came back down to around the top of that W of this morning that also held. Still small range on the day, but
Definitely. Not much volatility here in the afternoon session. Almost more ranging right now.
she's poking the trend line.
Yeah, but we need volume, and we need some volatility to make this work. Otherwise, it's gonna simmer out, and the bears will take control of it.
Yeah, it basically just went below VWAP and right back to it. So it's move, but it wasn't a big impressive.
Just a retest. I mean, it just shows that bulls are still here.
Yeah.
They're just not ready yet.
Could just be a small body day today. Let's see. Hour and 20 minutes left.
Yeah. Yeah, I wonder with Chick-fil-A doing that, that's crazy. You know, I remember when Chick-fil-A was just a little chain here in San Antonio. It wasn't even outside of San Antonio back in the day. Started here. You know that? And their chicken sandwiches were a little bit different, but nonetheless, it was a little treat. I remember because you'd have to go to the mall. The only place you could get Chick-fil-A is you had to go to the mall. So they had mall locations. So, you know, and then for a while it kind of like it wasn't as popular, and then all of a sudden in the last like 10 years it just blew up. You know, it turned into this sensation that everybody wanted a chicken sandwich. Realized how tasty it was. They used to be a little greasier back in the day when I remember though.
Probably how they got people hooked.
Yeah, and for them to take this move, I mean, man, that's just gonna take them like everywhere. That's insane.
Honestly, it's smart to try and be the first in this because it is a good test, and then they're going to want to be followed, and then they'll be known as the ones who brought it in first. Like it's a smart move.
Definitely. And how do you side skirt getting away from labor costs?
Yeah. There it is in picture.
Mm-hmm.
My first job was Taco Bell, 15.
Was
It's not
it?
gonna be the same anymore. Yeah. A minute ago. Everybody starts somewhere. Well, babysitting, then Taco Bell. Greasy fast food years.
Making me hungry now.
Sorry about that.
It's okay. It's my own fault. I could have gotten up and made myself a little sandwich.
Now you're gonna need Chick-fil-A or tacos.
No. You know, I've been in the mood for enchiladas. There's a little restaurant right up the street from us called Al Dacos, and they have these. The bartender knows this, so me and my wife love to just sit at the bar, and they got a bunch of TVs. My wife loves football. She's a huge football fan with her girlfriends. Has this big old fantasy football league, and it's crazy with them. Anyways, you know, so we usually go there, watch the game. She's watching the game. I'm gambling. I'm probably betting on some sports parlay. So, you know, it works out perfect. You know, I get my margaritas. I get my chips and queso, and they have some awesome quesadillas that you can order at the bar. They got like this shrimp quesadilla. Amazing.
Like the beef. Nice.
Oh, it's delicious.
I feel like your situation is not the same as mine because I'm like, who's watching the little kids? Like, we're such in like little kid mode at our house. Like everywhere we
Yeah, no, I totally feel you on that. Well, you know, I'm lucky because you know I got two teenagers. You know, so my oldest, you know, he's 18, so he's more than capable. And then my middle son, he's 14, and well, my daughter's 8 now, so you know, she's not like a baby. You know, she's old enough that she can kind of manage for herself. You know, she'll go in the kitchen, she'll get herself a bowl of cereal now. She's a big girl, you know. Excuse me. Excuse me, big girl, you know. That's funny, you know, for a while she didn't want me to call her my baby. And now she's like, yeah, you better say that.
She's trying to get older. She's like,
She figured it out. Yeah. Yeah, she's like, wait a minute. Yeah.
Sweet. Now
Oh,
she's gonna
she
rock it
is.
until you know she's 25 and dad.
Hey, that is fun. You know what? I love being a dad. It's my favorite thing in the world. You know, next to being married to my wife, my other favorite thing to be is my children's father. It's what gives me pleasure in this life. So, you know, don't mind it at all.
That's the best. They're pretty great.
Kids are great, you know. Kids are great. And you know, they make me do stuff that I wouldn't normally do for myself. Or take time out or do things because I have an obligation to them. I have to be there for them and stuff, you know. So really cool. And now I get to enjoy experiences with them, you know.
Yeah. It does make us get out of like our adulting all the time because they need to have like the memories formed at this point, and the things that they're into are, you know, sweet family things. So I'm the same. Like it makes me stop working and like just play, go to festivals, make memories with them.
Yeah, you know, and it's hard. You know, it's hard for us as traders because, you know, especially futures traders, you know, the market's open to us 23 hours a day, 6 days a week. So it's very accessible that we can come here and get caught up in work, you know, and that's what my wife and kids say. You know, like I have my own office behind me. You know, when he's there, I'll take down the green screen in a minute and I'll show my office, and you know, I have my own space here. And usually they won't come in my space during normal. Like when I'm in here throughout the day, they won't come in. You know, they'll only come in and they'll have a seat. I've got some Herman Miller office chairs in here, so they'll come in, they'll sit off to the side and kind of see me, but very rarely. And always it's like dad's working. We don't want to go in there because dad's working. You know, and I'm just like, come in, you know, stop in, because you know what, I do need that. You know, I need that break and that balance. I do not need to be on the charts every day. You know, when I first started getting into trading, I was sitting here morning, day and night. It was just grinding on the charts, you know, paper trading, sim trading, trying to get over my fear, trying to get over my, you know, breaking all my bad habits. That was basically what it did for like the first like 3 to 4 months, is figure out all the bad stuff that didn't work for me. And then it was, you know, peeling those layers away. How do I do this? How do I manage this? What do I do in this instance? You know, and then, you know, slowly but surely I've been able to reclaim my time and have time for myself, have time for my kids. And, you know, it's been super helpful, but having them around, yeah, it brings me my sanity.
Aw, that's awesome. That's a good perspective. Yeah, I think when you're still drilling in your system, you do need to be able to focus. But if you've got it, like my youngest is the first one out, my middle is the first one out the house. He has to leave at 7:05, which is 35 minutes after market open. And so oftentimes he'll be getting ready to go and I'll still be in a trade. And so he'll come in and he'll climb up on my lap and he'll be like, what are we looking at, Mom? And I'll be like, okay, this is where I got in and this is what we're looking for. And so half the time when I'm finishing my trade, he'll be on my lap and he'll be like, okay, think. If I'm waiting for a short, and he gets into it. Drop.
That's
the cutest.
great.
Yeah.
That's so sweet. Well, it's like my oldest, he was taking a finance class, and he started, I guess they're doing like a trade competition in school. So he was pinging me in the mornings. He was like asking me like what he should buy, but they're only buying and selling shares. So, you know, I was like, oh, you know, what you want to do is you want to go buy yourself some SQQQ, get yourself some leveraged indices. And, you know, so his teacher was like, why are you buying like the TQs and stuff? You know, how do you know about this? And he was like, oh, my dad's a day trader.
Yeah, lay up there.
So like, boom, like right away, so there was another kid in the class that I guess had taken the prior course. So I guess his dad was a trader and he was doing really well. And my son and him are now like going at it back and forth. So it's really fun, you know. I'm like, well, who's trading here? Are the dads trading here or the sons, you know, the kids, you know?
Nice. Exposing him early.
You know, I think trading is a skill most people should learn. You know, if you're working, if you're trying to have something for yourself, you need to learn how to manage your money. You need to learn how to manage your money. And you need to learn how to invest your money for your future. You know, you can't allow some third party to always be just managing your money, because, you know, you need to have an understanding of what they are doing. How are they affecting your long-term wealth? You know, and at some point you might want to take a charge, or maybe you have an idea of something you want to do it yourself. And if you don't ever learn, you'll never be able to do that.
And there's so many ways that you can take it. You know, different time frames that you can trade, swing trading, day trading. Like, it's just such a giant world that any sort of exposure will start to make you just a more well-rounded person in any part of the finance industry. And
Definitely.
that's such a powerful tool that we can give them.
Yeah, I've got a friend of mine that's a vet as well, and he just got his VA benefit, so he's got a pretty big check coming to him. We were having that conversation, and he was like, "Well, what can I do for like long term and stuff?" And I said, "Well, it depends on what you want. If you wanted to really go for something that's going to give you the best return, buy the SPY, just buy shares of the SPY. If you got a good check, buy yourself some shares of the SPY. It's dividend paying." Just leave it alone. Don't look at it. Let it sit for 5 years, 10 years, come back, and you should have a very nice return on it. Just really depends on what you want to do and how involved you want to be. This guy, yeah, he bought crypto a few years ago based off of some information I gave him, and he's been holding it since. He doesn't even touch it. He's up pretty good. Got into Doge, got into Ethereum back in the day. So it was like 2.5 years ago that he's been holding. So I set him up on his Robinhood account to do a monthly. So every month he was just buying like $20 every month of each. And he was just like, yeah, he buys my dinners occasionally.
Right? Pay it forward, pay it back. That's awesome.
Yeah. MJ Short.
Nice when we can start exposing people.
Yeah, definitely.
I see the bears here too, like the way it broke through the resistance, broke the VWAP, like it's sliding down.
Yeah, we can get to that low a day here. You're still on that downward trend line though. It's holding it. See, we broke above it, and now we're just like holding it now.
It's not a big move energy at this point. It's obvious anyway. I don't like it when it oscillates so tight around VWAP. Like it's not appealing. There is scalps you could grab in each direction.
Yeah, bad thing is that for those scalps, you got to go down to a sub time frame. You got to be on the 30 seconds to 1 minute to scalp that.
Yeah.
And you got to be careful with that. Exactly. And that has to be a very short trade. You can't be in it too long, or you will suffer.
Plus, you're paying decent fees on a tiny grab is a factor as well.
Everything's doing the same thing. Yeah. RTY is not showing its cards. The Dow's not showing its cards either. I'm just so tempted to take a long. I actually am very tempted in taking a long. I don't know why. Well, I know why. I'm looking for the bounce. Yeah. I'm looking for that end of day bounce. We're 6 minutes away from power up. So, what I usually think about at this hour is that you start having people start buying into, tomorrow's session.
Plus the where that it bounced like 15 minutes ago, where it bounced on the support that broke out earlier, makes me think that support might hold for today. In alignment with that bounce you're talking about.
It looks like open is moving. We take a look. Looks like Rivian actually might even catch a bid here. Testing the 200. Let's look at open door. Oh, wow. Yeah. Where's that next move up? Well, Bitcoin. Bitcoin looks like it wants to actually catch a bid too. Yeah, I heard Steve talking about Bitcoin, and I just don't like trading Bitcoin on the futures side, to be honest with you. The spread is just it's terrible, and the movement on it is bad. It just doesn't move fast enough for me on the future side. At least I know it like on that, and I think I like to trade crypto like highly leveraged on a crypto exchange. So I think that's the main reason what stops me from it. And I can use less money to make more money trading crypto on a crypto exchange. Have you ever
You
tried
know
to
too much
trade
about that
crypto?
world.
No?
Yeah, I do. I did.
I'm gonna have to bring
Yeah,
you over.
I-
I'm gonna have to bring you over.
Show me. Yeah. That's where I
Man.
got into trading. Is in the Bitcoin, Doge, DMC, squeeze, all that crazy town. That's what got me into trading. I bought some Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Doge back in January 2021. I still have some of it. Yeah, that drew me in. The hype. And then I got hooked. That's how it goes, right?
Yeah, see, I don't have to go to a Forex exchange for that. But you have to be able to KYC on the exchange. Well, not necessarily. You could use like Blowfin. Blowfin, you don't have to KYC on their site.
I've never day traded Bitcoin though.
I've tried to during the day, but it just moves so slow, you know, and just not a big fan of the volume on the future side. You have to really, really sit there with it. And, you know, that.
Yeah. Yeah. Makes sense. Yeah, talked about the buy on ES and she rejected. Like, oh. Just playing. Just playing. Ooh, 62 commission is the price. Dang. What was that? Ooh, Coach
Hey, Coach Man, welcome to the party.
Yeah, I mean, you're true. It's true. 2,500 is a nice payout. It's true. Everyone's happy there. The platform's happy. You're happy.
I don't have a problem paying $62 in commission to make $2,500. I don't have a problem with any of that. If my profit is that high, I mean, you're gonna pay somebody, and if you're making money, hey, that's what I wake up for every day. I wake up to make money.
$62 is that for one position though?
It's because the leverage fees that they charge you on those trades are so high. So like if you're on crypto brokerages and you start using like the higher side of the margin, they will tax you for it. But it's just one of those things that, you know, there's always a cost of participation.
The fee, or is it the borrowing cost we're talking about? Because any use of margin is going to have a borrowing cost to it.
Okay, yeah. I suppose I'm not used to that. I've just leaned into futures and then swing trading and options, but I haven't traded that.
Yeah, like if you sell a naked put, for example, or if you buy a stock using margin, like, and you hold that from an investor perspective, it's the same way as borrowing money at a bank. The bank's going to charge you money, the broker's going to charge you money.
Right. Pay to play.
Yeah, there's always a cost of participation, you know.
All right, Q, as long as you're pumping silver and gold, we're all good with that.
You'll share as long as you're in the right direction.
I'm hoping you guys caught a lot of this gold move over the last few days.
He's got strong.
Oh, gold, silver, both fantastic. I actually like silver a little bit more on the short-term side, but
Well, we killed silver
Grizzly
today.
about that.
We
you did, General. Awesome.
We killed silver
I don't know what
today,
the top
Coach.
is here, but I kind of have a feeling we haven't found it yet. I'm not talking today. I'm talking like overtime. But sometimes I got to categorize that conversation.
I just shorted ES. That's all I got to say for my day, but it was worked out good. But I didn't get silver.
So I'm way happy with silver and gold today. I'm way happy with healthcare today. The doji in the market, I have interest at 6,900, 60, 68.80, and 68.60. But upset with crude oil today. Made me have to cover my Schlumberger position. I literally got in yesterday.
Crude oil has been tanking since the open.
Yeah, OPEC came out today and said they're increasing supply.
That would do it. Oh wow, now you can trade futures on Pepe. I didn't even know that. Huh. It'll be nice when we have futures and crypto here in the States.
Like in multiple different cryptos.
Where you could actually do leverage trading in cryptos through a crypto exchange. Because you have on the crypto side, you can do a lot of different things that you cannot do in the US market. Like I can get my Bitcoin and I can take loans against my coin and trade with those coins. Or cash them out, do whatever I want, and just leave them on the crypto exchange. That as I make profit, I pay back that loan or I pay it back on my own. And they hold my coins as collateral. So, there's a lot of just opportunities you just can't normally do.
Market's ever expanding. Hopefully it won't be too long.
No, not with the Trumps, trying to push the way they are for crypto. I would imagine that if there's any time for us to get real moves and changes in crypto, it's these last few years of Trump's presidency. Because I'm fairly certain if anybody would really be adamant about pushing for it, it would be him with his family.
That's a great point. How's your day, Matt?
The ES is boring. And so a little bit more on the longer term side today.
Yeah.
But the day's going good.
Yeah, she really fizzled out. Like pushed down and then there was a little bounce and then just playing in the middle now. Inside the day's range.
It's not always boring, RQ. It is definitely boring today, though. Definitely boring today.
RQ is a hater on ES, I see.
Listen, RQ is my personal troll.
Good to know.
Now, the ES is always boring in comparison to the NQ. But the Dow Jones, man, we're having a little bit of a down move here. Yeah, I'm looking at Irene right now. What's the question here? You want to do leaps? Like to simulate a long investment position, covered calls. Give me a little detail here, Ace, and I'll give you some detail back. By the way, team, if you have stock questions, option trade questions, swing trade questions, like, don't ever hesitate to bring them up. Those are softball pitches. I love those questions. By the way, plenty of liquidity to be able to go out there. Okay, so you want to basically simulate a long stock position like an investor, correct? So instead of buying 100 shares of Irene at 54.94, you want to use the options market to do that. Gotcha. Well, your first ever option trade? Oh my goodness, rip off the Band-Aid. Let's have some fun. A leap is defined by an option that lasts anywhere over 8 months. And so you're talking anywhere from, on the option chain, and I'll pull up my my virtual trader here, and we'll look at some here, Ace, if you want to follow. If anybody else is interested in my answer to Ace, you can look at my screen here. Ace, can you see this this option chain here? Yeah, so anything longer than the September contract here would be considered a leap. A leap is a long-term option, is basically, so anything between like 8 months and 39 months would be considered a leap. Now, there's two primary reasons people buy call options on leaps. Number one is they have a belief in the company, and they don't want to put up all the capital for it. And so instead of just going out and buying, let's just use 100 shares, one contract, just to make everything simple. But, 200 shares, 2 contracts, 500 shares, 5 contracts. It's all the same conversation. So the first way you would do that is to say, okay, instead of going up and buying, 100 shares for $55 and putting up $5,500 of collateral to own that position, what they would do is say, let's go out a little bit more time all the way out here. And so you wouldn't be looking at March for that. You would be looking at March if you were doing, say, a position trade. But if you're doing an investment, you don't want to have to manage the time decay here. Okay? You do not want, I'm definitely long leaps on Becky. There's no doubt about that. Her lab is fantastic. One of my favorite streams every single week. So basically what you would do, and why you would want to do it, is come out a little bit more time here. Say September next year, December next year, even June next year, but you want to give it a little bit more time. And the reason being is you have plenty of time up until March, right? Plenty of time up until March. But if you understand how the option Greeks work, theta is your enemy. Time is your enemy. Time is the guarantee that's going to rip the value of this option apart between now and that expiration. But time doesn't work the same way every single day. Right now in the March option, you're decaying out. Let's say you just did a 50 delta contract just to simulate at the money, right? So let's just do at the money, 55. Okay, so 55, 65 delta contract. You'd have to be basically putting in $1,570 instead of the $5,000 to secure the position. Now, of that $1,570, however, $6 a day is going to be wiped out. $6 a day, every day. Tomorrow, the next day, when you're sleeping and hanging out on Saturday, when I'm watching some NFL football on Sunday, you're losing $6 every single day, every single day, every single day up until the point of expiration. So you're losing right around, 3% of the value of the contract there. That wouldn't be 3%. It's like 0.003%. But look at like in a 2-day contract, for example, the same strike price, 55, is decaying at 63, 64, 62, 61, 65, 64. You're decaying at $64 a day. Time is your enemy here. And so if you're an investor using leaps as your strategy to get involved in a longer duration investment here, you definitely want to go out a little bit more time. And there's a specific reason for that, by the way. It's not just theta, but you're going to want to go out a little bit more time than the March contract, because you don't want to micromanage that time decay. You don't want to micromanage and roll that contract out, roll that contract out, roll that contract out. For some of you might not know what roll means. It just means buy back the option and put it into a deeper expiration date. And there's a cost to do that. So you're going to end up paying a little bit more cost here. Instead of $1,500, you're going to have to put in around $2,300, $2,350 to secure the position. But of that $2,300, you're only losing 3 theta a day. So instead of losing $6 a day, now you're only losing $3 a day. Now, that's the first reason why you would go out a little bit more time. The second reason is you are going to want to learn how to do what's called the calendar spread. If you're going to learn leaps, you want to learn diagonal and calendar spreads. What a diagonal or a calendar spread is basically taking advantage of the difference between a longer duration option and a shorter duration option to create the cash flow vehicle for it. And so if you go out more time, and let's say we buy that 55 strike price, $2,400 option, we're going to lose $3 a day. Well, I can come short term, 37-day contract, and I could come to that same strike price, the 55 strike price, sell that one, and capture $11 a day. So I can go buy that longer duration option, pay $3 a day to secure that, and I could sell the shorter duration option and capture the positive difference in theta. That's how cash flow traders work, guys. Everything that they're doing is trying to maximize cash flow, trying to maximize the theta. You can do the same thing if you buy the March option, but you're just going to have to manage the March option a little bit more. So if you wanted to simulate that longer term option, you would do it through a contract that's most likely more than 8 months, so you don't have to micromanage the long call side, and you can once a month come in and write a call option against it to bring in that cash flow, and then you would basically learn how to manage the short call side of the equation. But that's how I would do it. Does that help, Ace? I know it's a little advanced. I get it. I might have, for some people out there, I might not have understood it, but all I'm talking about is basically it's what we would refer to as a synthetic covered call. And so, for example, if you look at the Analyze tab here, by the way, with the market being boring, we can have these conversations. Somebody say something if the ES ever gets 68, 80. I do have an opinion at that level. So when you're looking at, say, a long stock, right? You look at long stock here. That's the risk graph. Now, if I own 100 shares of this stock at 55, I can come into the market here at 37-day contract. And my rules are between a 30 and a 40 delta contract, but just for our purposes here, let's say we sell the 65 call option, okay? Now, what that does to the risk profile is it will flatline the right-hand side because you're bringing in cash flow. You're selling somebody the right to buy your stock at 65. So if the stock ever goes to 65, most likely somebody's going to pay you $65 for the stock that you just bought for 55, and you get to keep the $500 of cash flow that you're getting on the sale of the 65 call option, because if anybody exercises the option, that value immediately goes to zero. You get to keep that value. Now, that's a standardized covered call. Love them. They're one of my favorite cash flow strategies, especially for retirement accounts. If anybody here has a retirement account and you want to basically leave a legacy to your kids, start doing covered calls, start bringing in cash flow, and start compounding that back into more shares. Maybe that's a lesson in one of my labs coming up, compounding gains, and how to do it and why it's so vitally important, quite frankly. You guys shouldn't take a month off compounding. I don't care if you're 18 years old. I don't care if you're 68 years old. You shouldn't take a month off compounding. Now, that's the covered call. The calendar spread, what we were talking about, we would still want to sell this same $65 call option, Ace, but now let's just add that longer duration one that I was talking about. 55. No, we were doing September. Yeah, there it is. So let's say we buy that one instead of the stock. So instead of spending $54.93 for the stock, I'm spending $24.30 for the stock. So now what does the risk profile do? Very similar risk profile. Flat side right, mitigated left. So basically all you're doing is you're basically creating a synthetic covered call position using your using a longer duration option instead of the stock itself. Everybody can create cash flow. It's just a matter of how you want to go about it. Big Al, which broker allows multi-leg options? I use Thinkorswim. That's the broker I use for most things, and they are a specialized broker on options. So there's a lot of them out there, Big Al, like a lot of them. But I personally use Thinkorswim. There's Tasty Works, I think, is a really good one as well, personally. Tom Snozoff is the guy who built Thinkorswim, and then he went over and built Tasty as well. So both of them are good. Oh, Big Al, that's MJ. Gotcha, MJ. You guys always change your names. Changing the names. Okay. So what RQ did there, for those of you that don't understand option strategies, is he did what is called a straddle. And that's as far as I'm willing to take that analogy right there, RQ.
Stepping into some territory, Coach Matt.
Listen, I didn't name the option strategy. Like I was just defining the term.
Totally. Bullish. We're bullish on all of it. Market's going up.
Yes.
It's a good team.
It is called the straddle, though. It's when you're straddling the option chain.
Yeah.
When you buy a call and you buy a put simultaneously, you're doing it to create a bidirectional opportunity as volatility goes up.
You protect yourself from the downside.
Well, RQ, you did not tell me what strike prices you were buying. Now, if they're different strike prices, that is called the strangle. That is accurate.
Okay, Ace, I love iron condors. That was something that I was really getting into when I was doing options, because there's so many periods where the market does consolidate, and I think that's such a strong play for the sideways, right?
For condors?
Mm-hmm.
Condors are a fascinating system. They're base neutrality, where you can double tap the cash flow with only one margin. Yeah, you're double dipping cash flow. It's fantastic for neutrality. Fantastic.
I'm into that play. There's so many periods where the market will have a big move and then will go sideways, and if you can capitalize with the right strikes on that, it's such a great opportunity.
I don't know if you guys can tell, but I cut my teeth as an option trader in this business. That's what I grew up trading.
So happy to be here with you guys. That's great. That's your knowledge with options. It just rolls off your tongue, and you can't fake that. So, it's clear that you've got years in this business.
Basically, RQ, you're telling me I have no growth, but I'm stable enough that I'm not going to go down. What stock am I? It is. A straddle is and a strangle are very, very, very similar. Very similar. One is you're doing the same strike prices. The other one is you're doing offset strike prices. When I'm doing earnings strategies for volatility builds, I do strangles. I might say straddle, but technically it is a strangle. And by the way, guys, option strategies just have weird names. Somebody had to give it a name. Iron condors are named because of the wings. The risk graph creates wings.
Yeah, that would kind of make sense. So you're playing at the tips of the wings. You want the trade price movement to stay within the body, the wing tips.
Yeah, so basically, let's say I sell it's a combination of two credit spreads is what it is. And so you sell a bear call on top and you sell a bull put underneath. Both of them are credit spreads. So it's a four-legged trade is what it is. And basically, let's say you sell the bull put at 80 and you receive $1 in the credit. And let's say you sell a bear call at 100 and you once again receive $1 on the credit. You get 2 credits. But because simultaneously the stock can't be both above your bear call and below your bull put, you only have one margin. Because the margin's only there because of the hypothetical risk. And since the stock can't simultaneously be at 2 levels, there's only one risk factor, which means you get the 2 credits for the one margin. That's why people love doing it. And as long as the stock stays between 80 and 100, by the time you expire, you get to keep the $2 in cash flow. Now, the risk factor there is if you do that and you don't know how to manage it and the market explodes up or down, that's a risk factor because you can always lose more on a credit spread than you can make. That's what you get for getting 80 to 90% probability factors. You can't get that in any other trading system, only in credit trading. You can literally get a guaranteed market probability of 80 to 90% probable factors. It's one of the most powerful things of credit trading.
Yeah, it's a killer opportunity. You just have to pay attention and make sure you're executing it intentionally and watching your times. And
Well,
levels.
and oftentimes, Becky, it's kind of like watching paint dry on the wall.
I need to be patient.
And so you can bring in that cash flow, watch that paint dry on the wall, and then day trade.
Yeah, I have that running in the background.
There is nothing that suggests you have to only pick one style of trading.
No. And MJ, I had a question. You can trade options on futures with Thinkorswim. Yeah.
Yes, you can.
There's a account size minimum that you have to have for options with Thinkorswim, but I heard that it's lowering. Is that true?
It's
Is that
2K.
happening yet? Okay.
Yeah, it's
It used to be
2K.
25K for a long time.
If you're using certain margin requirements, it does go up, kind of like Riz was talking about on the crypto side with margin. And so if you use standard margin, it's going to be one thing. If you use portfolio margin, it's going to be another thing. But yeah, it's 2K is the minimum to open up an options account. They might even have it at 1,000 at this point. Like that's been a few years since I checked that. But the rule for like day trading options, yeah, it's still 25K.
Yeah, right. Pattern day trade rule.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am looking forward to that rule getting modified. It opens up the door for a lot of other day traders out there.
Yeah, there's definitely a debate that seems like it's going to go through, just when and to what level.
Oh, there's a lot of weird, crazy things that happen on OpEx. That is the options expiration date for those of you that were wondering.
Is that Friday, periodic Friday every couple weeks or what?
There's different variations of it because options now expire every day on certain assets, weekly on others. But the ones that usually have, let's just call it some trickeration, manipulation, would be the 3rd Friday. Gabber's right.
Right.
Those before we had all these fancy options every single day, options were only traded on the 3rd Friday of the month.
Right. Again, another way that it's opening up to a lot more flexibility and options to wait.
I can't describe the improvements that option traders have today versus when even I started back 20 years ago. Like 20 years ago, like the most you could do is go buy, a standard contract, sell a standard contract, work in a standard month. Every strike price was set at, underneath a $25 stock was a $2.50 strike price. Above the 50 was $5, and you couldn't even do much, honestly. Today, I mean, you can do whatever you want.
Strikes go down to the pennies on some of them instead of a round up to a couple dollars.
Oh yeah, and a lot of strikes get created for no purpose at all. Like it's weird, just for traders to sell, honestly.
Expanding rapidly.
Yeah. But Ace, long discussion there on that one. But did I answer the question properly, brother?
a key
By the way,
word
guys,
right there too.
I always detail questions. Like even if you already understand kind of a lot of the stuff that I'm saying, I always like to provide a lot of detail in my answers.
Well, it's very helpful because even if we have an understanding of something, you can fine tune that and make it even more clear. Even just rehearing something you've heard before is still very valuable when it's accurate and timely.
Well, I've always figured, honestly, Becky, that if it helps Ace, it's probably going to help others too.
Absolutely.
That's exactly right,
It's a
Gabber. Bring up the rising tide there, Gabber. I'm sorry, Becky. Go ahead.
No, I just second it. I mean, every time that somebody asks a question, multiple other people are having similar questions that often play over each other. So I love it when people ask questions too.
Nils the home builders, right? Yeah. I'm not gonna lie here, Ace. I missed out on the biggest run in the home builders when I thought nobody was gonna buy a house a few years ago. Just throwing it out there so that you understand the context for my answer. So I did miss out on the last big run here in the home builders. A rate cut play for the home builders. Could it create a bottoming formation that ultimately starts getting back up into the highs? That's the ultimate question here, right? Like, is the rate cutting cycle bullish for the home builders? I would think yes to that. I will tell you, if they go to a 100-year mortgage, let's not even stop there. Let's go to a 500-year mortgage. Like, you're going to want the home builders if we ever do the 500-year mortgage. Like, I'm kidding on that one, but I could definitely see it bullish there. It's already starting to turn over. I will tell you, I wish it would come back down to 44 though. Like, that is such a good level at 44. Probably not going to get it. 200 slightly north. Personally, I wouldn't do anything in front of the 200-day moving average. I don't like the moving average soup there. I would have to see it, for me to do a deep value play, I personally would have to see it a little bit lower than it currently is. But from just a value-based fundamental conversation, yeah, I could see it.
Well, you never know. We might get those along with those 15-year car notes.
That's right. We get a 15-year, guys, just get so excited about the future of America. We get 100-year home loans coming and 15-year car loans. Man,
Yeah.
It's almost like we just love banks in America.
Born into debt.
You know how that 50-year loan got out there, by the way? Do you guys know how it got out there? Pulte, who runs one of his in the White House, went down to Mar-a-Lago just last week, pitched him a 10-minute plan, and put an AI photo of Trump with FDR and said, if you do this, you're going to be the next FDR. Trump put the post out 10 minutes later.
Well, that sounds
It's
about
crazy,
Pulte.
Tim. It's crazy.
That's Pulte.
Makes total sense with our current administration.
It's just it's not a serious. It's just crazy. I don't even know how else to put it. It's not the direction we want our country going. 50-year mortgages. Hey, how about this? Build 5 million more homes. How about that? How about stop yelling at each other and Republicans and Democrats just say we're building 5 million homes in the next 5 years? Just do that. Like, actually fix the problem.
Yeah, but that doesn't make Pulte rich. You know, this is to enrich him and his family.
Yeah, it does.
The interest fees.
Yeah, interesting. We have a housing czar running the housing.
Yeah, close back above VWAP. I heard Matt called for
80.
80. Yeah, she's climbing.
Getting there.
Beautiful rip here.
Yeah, it's a nice close.
Oh, Tip, don't get me started, brother. You and I are speaking the same language, and I have the exact same opinion. That's a 30-minute soapbox risk for me, so I'm just going to say we agree.
Yeah. It's gonna make you work, Matt.
I'm always ready for more tickers.
Yeah. It's a great conversation.
In one of my streams, I used to do this thing, Becky, called Rapid Fire, where anybody on the team could put out any stock they wanted in 10 minutes. And I would have to go through a detailed technical assessment of the stock before I moved on, where entry, target, stop would be, all of that. These were all swing trades, by the way. And it was some of the funnest I've ever done. I love quick technical takes. Something my mentor used to train with me on. He would pull up a stock and he would have me break it down, and I couldn't think. He would have me start talking immediately. Give me your thoughts. Break it down. Where's your entry? Where's your stop? Where's your target? And the reason he would do that, and I did it more times than I can count, truly, it was like shooting free throws, like 1,000 a day type thing. And the reason he wanted me to do that, because I'm a critical thinker and I overanalyze things a lot. And by the time I would get done overanalyzing, it would already move. And so no, your technical read is, you have an innate technical read. The very second your eyes process that data, you know exactly what you need to do, but in your head, you second guess every aspect of that. I want you just to focus on the price action, focus on the technical read. Don't think, focus, read. Don't think, read. And it was such a cool process that really kind of anchored a lot of what I do from a technical perspective. DXYZ here, you're going to have to reverse and get a proper reversal. This thing is flat-lined on the weekly chart between 24 and 28, really. Proper reversal. What are we looking at? Destiny Tech 100. What is this one? Ace on this one. What are we doing here on this one? I mean, it's base at 24. So it would just have to hold, start working up a little bit. Yeah, I'm very curious to understand what's in this one. Really? Nah.
Interesting combo.
How is that possible? Elon's not allowing investors into SpaceX. Unless you're like, he's thinking about doing it through Tesla ownership. Like, there are people that own SpaceX, yes. If that's the foundation of this, like, I have interest. Because I do want me SpaceX. Like, I want SpaceX for the next 40 years type thing.
Yeah, it's not stopping. The momentum there.
I would take SpaceX over OpenAI any day of the week, personally.
Ace bringing in the tips today.
That's an interesting one. AT&T, a little bottom fishing here. I think AT&T has work to do. It's not my cup of tea. Volatility. The issue with AT&T, it has under 30% implied volatility, which doesn't allow you to do a lot of cash flow. So basically, it's park, capture dividend, and that's it. Like even on the cash flow rate on the covered call side of the equation on AT&T, it's tough to get a proper cash flow. It's got plenty of liquidity. That's not the problem. Just doesn't move very much.
Like a stable hold.
Thank you. We're at 80.
Yeah, keep pop.
Now, let's see if we can get some pump coming into the close here. Same levels. 82.
Little
Got
response
Cisco
here.
earnings
Kind of like
tonight.
it above 82. Oh no, fundamentally, General, like I have no problem with AT&T. Like no problem. For me to do something longer than a swing trade in the stock market, and this is just me, it's not for everybody, I have to have the ability to write a covered call. Because the covered call is the absolute number one risk mitigation system for long-term investors in the history of mankind. It's the fastest thing I ever do when I get concerned over a long-term hold in the market. For example, I just bought Schlumberger yesterday, got concerned today, and immediately wrote a covered call instead of getting out of the position. And so that's the only thing on AT&T that I can't do that on AT&T. Now, what is AT&T? AT&T is great on the long-term side. AT&T is great on the value side. AT&T is great on the dividend side. It's just not great on the covered call side. And that's just unique to me. It has nothing to do with proper fundamental analysis in the market itself.
You want your instruments to have certain capabilities, certain ways to manage them within your system.
100%.
We were talking about that earlier about your system and the ways that you entertain trades has to be able to speak to your personality and your trade management style, execution system. So, yeah, perfect example.
Part of this entire journey is trying to figure out who we are as traders. Dumb money doesn't come to this Discord channel, General.
Yeah.
You're not. That was not the intended purpose of the comment.
No. Really. Best loser wins is legit. That phrase is a good one. You have to be able to take little hits and then capitalize on your wins. As long as they're small hits and you generally get some wins, that's a profitable system. Killing it. There's a little pullback when we hit that 80 level, and now she's holding again. BSNQ and YM are holding. Yeah, preventing those big hit days is tricky, honestly, to like get ahead of sometimes.
If you're referring to dumb money as in the GameStop dumb money stuff, I understand that. I personally think that's a viable trading system. Take small risks for big hits, hit a low probability, but when they hit home runs.
I think you might be talking about preventing like a big loss day in your personal account and just sticking with the best trades, like as a personal trader. I think I know. Yeah, like not having a full tilt day, like if you were at the psychology session yesterday, like being able to take a small hit and shut the day down and let your accounts be safe, and then catching a good trade the next day to like keep your equity curve generally moving upward. Is that what we're talking about, General? Good. Me neither. I don't know why I know about these things. My trading is perfect always. Do you believe me?
Ace, when can the momentum come back? At any point, but the catalyst coming up would be the House vote on the government reopen, which is scheduled for, when is that scheduled? Trying to get it done tonight or tomorrow, last I heard. And then probably not till next week. I'll tell you what's going to be a very sensitive and probably good day trading environment is when we start getting government data re-released. Did you guys see the? No, they canceled CPI report.
Did they?
Yeah. Go look at Forex Factory right now. It's a blank screen.
Of course they don't want to show it. They know what it's going to show.
They do not want to show October's data. No, they do not.
They do not.
No, they do
not.
I never thought they would. I also not sure it's going to be that important moving forward to get the October data. Obviously, we'll get it as we get into December because we'll see the entire environment, but they're not releasing it. We had the Challenger jobs data came out recently.
Mm-hmm.
It was not a good look for the labor market. Plus, I believe you now have a majority of the Fed actually talking about a 0.5 cut in December. Man, we went from no cut with Powell to a 0.5 cut pretty quick. Thanks, Jay Powell, for nonsensical information as always. Yeah, because 3%'s the target, and now they're opening it up. Inflation's going to get higher.
Got 5 minutes till imbalances. Market looks like it wants to turn. Maybe reject here and sell.
There's definitely sellers waiting for this level.
Somebody better mention CapEx. Uh-huh. NVIDIA better come out with something special next week.
Too late, Powell.
Man, political Twitter today is off their rocker. I mean, they're always off their rocker, but they're on something special today.
Oh, wait, they roll.
You think they're planning on dumping NVIDIA on their earnings? Ace? I agree. There are things that could be dumped in the AI trade, but I don't think NVIDIA should be one of them. All money flows to NVIDIA. I think that's what SoftBank did. That to give a loan to OpenAI. Give it a loan, invest. I saw that. SoftBank went down 10%. Because at the end of the day, don't you have to question the sanity of anybody that would pick Altman over Jensen? Like, that's one of Warren Buffett's rules. When you're investing in a company, you invest in the leadership of the company. Would you rather invest in Sam Altman or Jensen Huang? I'll take Jensen any day of the week.
Got 1 minute left for market imbalances. Come on, give me that sell into the close.
What is it, Tipped? I don't know it off the top of my head. I remember getting my mind blown a year ago when I saw it, but I don't know what it currently is. It's big. They're banning hemp?
All the battles to pick.
Yeah, literally.
Okay. Okay. You can't find another world problem.
There were two changes to the Senate bill versus the House bill on this government, on the CR. That was one of them. And the second one was that allowed 8 Republican senators to sue the United States government for $500,000 apiece. Thank you. It's why Congress has a less than 20% approval rating when they should have a 0.
Yeah.
Most do-nothing Congress of all time.
Wild.
Got buy imbalances across the board. Market ripping to the upside here.
Buy, go! Yeah, I just got break, Riz. Give us some run. Get above 82. Let's go.
Just trying. That was a good push right now.
It's a heck of a push. Hmm.
9 minutes.
Um, 84 is a really good number, RQ, like a really good number. I think you can go above 82, but 84 is a good number too. Come on, Bulls. Give
Come
that
on,
push.
Bull, send it. Let's go. Let's break this top.
It
Just
wants
rock
it.
and roll. Send it. What time for it?
I'm a little surprised gold didn't break and pull back here. Honestly, RQ. I made a comment earlier today. I thought gold was done for the day and most likely to pull back. I am interested in a pullback on the intraday side. I would be interested in a breakout of the 18 level going into the Asian Open too, though.
Only bad thing on gold is you got a bear flag now on the 9. But we know Asia loves them some gold.
Listen, that last bullish run we had was dominated by that Asian Open in the Asian environment.
It's beautiful. Boo, that's it, guys. We ain't gonna do nothing else. Send it. Of course. Hey, what's up, Vexo? How you doing? Good to see you out there on stream. Hope you're having a good day. Sorry, Coach. Go ahead.
Oh, you're good, bro. Love that stop loss question. On the BBIO swing trade, the initial stop loss placement for me was under 60. Current stop loss placement for me is underneath yesterday's low. And I do believe anything underneath the 9 EMA is perfectly fine here on the daily chart. So I think underneath yesterday's low is perfectly fine. Because over time, you want to get that stop loss as a swing trade to break even as fast as you can without upsetting the trade. And so the best way to do that is to anchor against the 9 EMA once you get momentum. And so I would say anything underneath yesterday's low is still underneath the 9 EMA, so that'd be a good placement. Thank you, Ace.
Wow. So they're gonna ban
They
him.
got all aggressive in here.
Hey, 52% SpaceX.
Yeah, all infotech and disruptive innovation. Honestly, Ace, it kind of feels like a better version of the of Kathy Wood's ETF, just from the makeup of it.
What is that?
Obviously, the difference is hers is primarily made up of Tesla. By the way, that's called the ARK Innovation Fund. ARKK. The Kathy Wood Fund.
This one Ace put up, that's that DXYZ. Right? Come on, the Bears took it back. 5 more minutes.
Yep. Sure did.
They were fighting at that level, man.
Come on. Dump it.
We just got some jobs data came out. Private jobs. Companies announced 153,000 job cuts in October. That is tripled over 24 levels.
Wow.
Labor market is literally the weakest area of the economy at this point. Yeah, it is scary.
Yeah.
And here's the scariest part. Those jobs aren't coming back. Like, we're entering in a vastly new evolutionary period of the labor market. Companies are getting in front of the AI space. Profit margins are going up, economy's going down. That tells you that they're mitigating labor impact. The only question on UBI is if do we have to have a civil war before it happens? It's happening one way or the other.
Civil War. Wow.
Definitely a scary conversation.
It is a very deep conversation.
We impact so many families, you know. People make a plan on how they're gonna like do their whole life, and then these like big pivots happen like this.
My biggest fear in this is honestly the United States government is behind the conversation by about 1 billion different miles. That's the thing though. Like on that comment, Ace. Usually when we see labor implode, profit margins go down, total revenues go down, all of that goes down, including the stock market. What happens when profit margins are maintained, if not expanded, while companies actually offset labor impact? I'm not sure it's a bearish conversation for the stock market. It's so funny and it's so true. At some point, the market is not going to allow them just to say CapEx, by the way. But as of right now, as long as CapEx spend goes up, the market's up. Over time. Agreed. I agree with that tipped.
Yeah.
Which is
That's
why
the
you will
one,
see
yeah.
massive stimulus programs.
Yeah, basic economics will be a factor.
I agree, 100%. Consumer spending is still the dominant factor of all spend in America. It accounts for 70% of all spending power in America.
Right.
Complicated environment, to say the least, right? When you're thinking about it from a macro perspective.
Dang, what an interesting close. A wick on the top, wick on the bottom. Little dogfight.
And ding, ding, ding. There's
Yeah,
your
Bulls
bell.
had a chance. They gave up,
Yeah,
as did I,
they rolled.
because my stop worked.
Well, lucky you. I tried to grab an end of day scalp on both sides, and neither worked out. They both ended up zero. But hey,
Yeah, I took an L on a small L on the break there.
yep, I took one out the side on both sides. Yeah, neither. Too flat for the end of the day. Hey, Coach Matt, thank you for joining me for Power Hour. Coach Becky, thank you as well for joining us as well.
It was a great day. I'm glad to be here.
Absolutely. Nice green day for myself. Hope all our traders had a great green day. Don't forget about Coach Matt's fantastic day trading class, mentorship after Thursday market close. If you guys haven't joined in, then I don't know what you're waiting for, because that is a free mentorship class offered by all of us here at Blue Sky. And there is some phenomenal information there. So come get your learn on, bring that trade journal, because that's where great trading starts, is with you starting that trade journal.
You know, I'm not even going to pitch my lab because Riz, you just did it so good.
You're the man.
Thanks, brother.
Anytime.
Thanks, team. We'll see you tomorrow.
Bye, everyone.
And again, thanks, Coach Matt, for joining us there in the Discord. And you can catch this class as well as Coach Becky and Steve. We'll have Steve during power or after New York lunch tomorrow. So don't forget, if you guys are looking for an intraday advantage and possibly some great scalps that you can take during Steve's his 45-minute class, be sure to stop in there because there's some fantastic information. Don't forget about those launch plans on sale for $49 and $59. Thank you again, team. Thanks to all my viewers on Kick, X, YouTube, and in Discord. Much love. Have a fantastic day. Good luck in the market, and I'll see you tomorrow morning for pre-market. Have a great day, team.